Hey y'all, it is Lucca and welcome back to my channel. Today we are back in my forever save file here in The Sims 4. This is kind of my small town inspired save file, and this one is mainly inspired by like Southern Appalachia, the Midwest, you know, the drill. And we're back in Willow Creek here today in Foundry Cove, and I have been wanting to take this big lot here. It used to have a trailer park on it. I am going to be building, I think, 2 or 3 homes on it instead. I have been really liking this style. Please ignore the glitchy roofs. That is hopefully going to get fixed soon. Hopefully by the time you're seeing this, it gets fixed in a new update. But I have a board here on Millinote that I have been kind of gathering just some images of houses that I've been seeing around. And I really liked these two here that I found online. There's like this little house here, and then there is this like interior shot. It's like a messy looking rundown house, and I really want to build this home for, I believe, a divorced dad. I don't know. That's just the energy I'm getting from this kind of build today. So yeah, let's get started by just kind of figuring out the layout here. It looks like this house low-key has 2 doors in the front. You know what? I didn't even look at that, because this could easily just be like a duplex kind of situation. I'm not going to do that today, but I'm just simply going to use this as like inspiration for the shape and stuff. But I'm thinking the front will be kind of like this. I kind of want to add like a little bit of a bump out on the side here too, but we'll kind of get there. I'm just going to kind of build out the front porch. There isn't like any railing on this at all, but I think to make it match these other homes that I've built on this little neighborhood, I'm going to use some half walls instead. I just think that looks really nice. I don't want this to be super wide either, because I'm thinking maybe 2 or 3 other homes on this lot. I'm going to say 2, but maybe more. Lift up the foundation a little bit here, and then I'll do like the stairs right here. We're in the preliminary phase here. This is me just figuring out the vibes and the shape overall. It is going to be kind of just like more of a narrow house. I'm thinking maybe something like this here, something kind of like that, and then maybe I'll add like a bit of a bump out like here. Ooh, I'm kind of liking that. And then we'll do the same shape on this second floor right here, but maybe we'll just do something kind of like this here, maybe. Yeah, I'm seeing the vision. And then the roof can be something maybe like this. I kind of want it to look like it's just like, you know, just straight like this, because this is actually what the house looks like. So, and then I do want to maybe do like, we'll go back a bit here, and we'll just do a normal, like, I think this is the hipped roof here. We'll just put this down. How does that look? I kind of like that. Maybe it could be a bit lower. It does look a little bit tall, but we'll do something kind of like this. And then I think I might use the half hipped roof on the side here. And we'll just kind of do something kind of like that maybe. I'm not sure if I like that or if I want it to be a gabled roof instead. Something like this. I don't know. I feel like this is just like, when you look at it from this angle, it looks kind of weird right here. We'll figure that out as we go though. And I think that will be the shape overall. And then I do want to figure out kind of the floor plan as I go, just to make sure there's enough space. I definitely want the living room to be like this first room here. It might be a little bit bigger. Maybe this room can be like the kitchen, and then maybe like a little dining space here. Maybe there can be like a back room here. I'm not really sure. Maybe this is like an add-on. Maybe this was a, you know, maybe this is like a little porch or something, or like a sunroom, or just like anything. And then back here, I want to maybe do like maybe a bathroom here, and then maybe this can be the laundry room. We can maybe put a wall here and a little arch. So the dining space, we have a living room, kitchen. Okay. And then the stairs take us upstairs here. And I'm just going to kind of do like a bedroom here, I think. We're going to do a bathroom up here. Maybe we can do like another room here. Honestly, it's a pretty simple floor plan upstairs. If we do 2 bathrooms on either side, that seems like a lot. But at the same time, maybe we could add, like, make this like a bigger bedroom then, something like that. Yeah, maybe one of these, maybe like this one can be an ensuite bathroom, and then this one can be the bathroom for these 2 rooms. I don't know, that's kind of cute. I quite like that idea. And then let me just grab this little, bit of roofing there. I do want there to be a back porch, but nothing too big. Maybe just like a little back step like this. And then maybe we can have a little staircase just like leading off of it, just like here or something. And then there can be like a little patio here, nothing too big. I want this to be kind of small, kind of lower key. And then we can just put a fence around here. And then maybe there can be like, maybe like a little shed. That would be kind of fun. Just like a little shed right there. Maybe we can just put some like, other equipment or just something in there. Be cool if we had lawnmowers in this game, because then we could, have a decorative lawnmower there and be like, oh, he stores the lawnmower and the weed eater in there, stuff like that. Okay, I like this shape a lot. I like the vibes so far. I definitely want to use this fence again. This is from Eco Lifestyle. Very, very pretty. I love the way it looks. It's so realistic. Put that there. And then I definitely want to keep it going throughout the back here. I think I'll just have it go to like here roughly. And then maybe I'll just end it there, and, we can put like some bushes or something. Do I want to put like a different fence here? I really like the idea of just keeping it all the same. Or I could use, I'm pretty sure there is one that is just base game. That would be really, really nice. Like maybe like one of these like wire ones here. I feel like that would be kind of fun. I don't know if I like that though. I don't think I do. I think what I'm going to use instead actually is from the base game, this wall here. That would look really nice. Maybe just like right here roughly. That way there's a little bit of a yard, but nothing too big. And then I can use the little post to kind of end it here. I wonder if I can fit 3 on this lot. Not quite. Yeah, it is a little bit too big. Let's see. I think I can go till the very edge of the lot, but you have to like play around with it here. So, oh yeah, there we go. It can go right to the edge, and then we can do this. There we go. That's perfect. I can't even tell like where it starts and where it ends, to be honest. So let's use the Alt key to place these down like so. Ooh, see, that looks really good. And then it does look like there might be enough room for 2 more houses here. That's perfect. And then do I want to put like a chimney somewhere? I mean, I don't think it'll go on this side. I'd like the idea of there being maybe a chimney like right here or something. That's actually kind of fun. Put it right there, and then on the side there can be like a little moment here. Maybe this isn't like a functioning fireplace. It's just maybe boarded up or something, but it's nice to have something there. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and we'll pick out like the siding and like the foundation, the roof pattern, stuff like that. Obviously, I'm building in my small town save file, so like darker bricks, more worn looking siding would be good. The house that I pulled the reference from is siding, and I think that would look good next to the brick house here. Let's see. I don't want to do beige or brown necessarily, but the brown is kind of speaking to me. I know I can hear y'all talking. I can see your comments being like, why are you doing brown again? Listen, there isn't a brown house on this neighborhood yet. So I feel like for now, I'm going to put that there. Maybe this can be like a different type of siding on this side. We could do maybe this or like this soft one here. I'm trying to think. Or should we just go with brick? We could go with the brick here. That is very nice, but I don't want it to be like so matchy with the house next door. We could do this brick. That's actually very nice. I like that for the chimney. And then maybe this can be like just a different siding after all. Ooh, I like this bit of blue. Like they had maybe this was like an add-on and they decided to do blue siding because they, couldn't find this one or something. I kind of like that. That adds a little bit of a fun pop of color too. And then as for the foundation, do I want to go with like the dark color here, like the not the black brick, but it's like a dark gray? And I like the blue foundation with that. It just kind of complements this really nicely, but it also pops against that brown. And I do want to do an awning too. I haven't done that yet. I'm thinking we'll just do maybe something like this and then lower this down here and then pull it out. Oh, that's perf. God, I'm starting to shorten all of my adjectives. I'm saying perf, gorge, stuff like that. I do want to find a column that will work with this like half wall here. I could just use the same columns that I used in that other house, the more craftsman-y ones. Actually, that's perfect because then I know there's a swatch like this where the brick is a little darker. Ooh, that one's kind of good. There is just the plain white there, which I think looks better. I don't love that it's so light in comparison. Actually, I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of that. I want it to be maybe a little bit more warm. Ooh, this one's kind of nice. Not quite really the color I'm looking for. Maybe I need to make the half wall itself that brick instead. There's a lot going on with the color selection here, but I kind of like the idea of it looking like that so that there's like, ooh, that looks good. So that it looks more like it's been like kind of worked on over the years. Like this is more of a, I guess you could say, sorry to say it, more of a rundown looking house here. We'll change the half wall trim to just like a white maybe, or I don't know. I feel like the white is nice. I feel like we need some more color here. Like I kind of want like something like this, and then maybe I can go with this one here. Okay, it's starting to kind of come together a little bit. And for the staircase, I'm thinking we'll maybe match. That actually looks quite nice. In the inspiration photo, it's actually more like a stone step that leads up to kind of like a dark red. I'm not really a big fan of that. It doesn't look really that good to me. I'm also going to build a ceiling here really quickly so it looks better. I'm not going to be placing a room down for the trim because this issue is happening right now. I will, however, add a spandrel here. I'm thinking we need something that kind of matches this kind of soft color. These aren't matching. I'm just now realizing that. Like the color's a little bit, it's a little cooler here and this is a little more yellow. So like maybe we'll do something like that one instead. That looks a little bit better. And then we need some railing for these steps here. I don't know what I want to use necessarily. I don't think I want to use any steps here, actually. I'm just going to get rid of that or any railing there, and that looks pretty good. The roof trim, I know for sure, will really change the vibe completely because I think I'm just going to go with the white, perhaps. Yeah, we'll do that white. Maybe we'll even do like the bright, crisp white that I've used in the other builds here. And then for the roofing, maybe we can go with like a warm color. Ooh, I kind of do like that a lot, actually. That looks really nice. I like how it feels like it's kind of all over the place, but it's also cohesive. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of that. And then a little pathway here, just like a little sidewalk. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. Maybe we can actually take this brick and put it on the side there. That looks much better. I'm of course going to have their mailbox be there, and then I'll put their trash can out back. I'm doing this now because I will forget, of course. I almost always forget this. We also need a fence like right here on the back of the lot too. So let me find a fence that would look pretty good. Maybe we'll just keep up with the wooden fence that I used. I mean, we could also use something different too. Like we could even go with this once again, but I don't know. I want something that does kind of blend in. I'm liking all the woods in this save file, like the dark woods. I mean, you know me, I love dark woods anyway. Maybe I can leave this kind of open here. We can even maybe move this to the edge of the lot a little bit more. Yeah, we should do that so that it's more like this. And then I can line it up a little bit here. Maybe we can leave this open. I don't know. Maybe this is like a broken bit of fence. I'm not sure. Oh, well, this isn't going to line up and that's going to bother me. I'm just going to have to not let it bother me though. Is there anything that y'all do like when you're building that you're like, oh my gosh, I have to have this, specific thing lined up perfectly or it's just not going to look right? Fences like that are usually for me, but I am actually not going to really worry about that too much. I think from a distance, that looks perfectly fine. I feel like this is sticking a little too far forward. I could just kind of move this forward a little bit. That might be what I do, is just make this kind of go to the very front instead. I'm so nitpicky when it comes to this stuff. It doesn't even really matter that much at the end of the day because this fence is not really like doing anything. Okay, I like that. And then there is this little shed here. I think I'm going to use perhaps just something like that. I think that's perfect, honestly. And then we'll do like a little roof here. We'll just do something like this, and we'll put that there. And then we'll make this like a nice little metal roof, I think. Something kind of like this, maybe. The trim could possibly be changed to maybe something a little darker, like that one. And then the foundation, I think, is just going to be... Ooh, honestly, I kind of just want it to be like a stilted foundation, Something kind of like this. Actually, that looks pretty good. Something that looks like maybe they bought it at Lowe's or something, whenever, places sell those specific like sheds that you can buy. We'll do a little trim there maybe. I feel like that looks good. And I feel like we could probably do some corner pieces with the get together column. I feel like obviously that makes every build that you do look so like nice and finished and, polished, honestly. Not that we need this house to look polished, but I think it will add to the like finished vibe. Is this like too many columns? I think that's too many columns. I think having them maybe like just there and there. Actually, I don't even want them on the edges. I just want them on the corners like that. I feel like we do need them there after all. A lot of those little things where you're constantly like checking and be like, oh, does it look good with or without it? It looks better with it. And then for the windows, I really want to change these back now to the white. I feel like that looks a lot better. Now that I've put the white trim down, they look better. Yeah, that looks significantly better. And then for the doors and the windows, I'm going to keep it pretty simple today with those. As always, I'm just going to put maybe like a normal little front door there, something pretty low key because, this house, maybe it's been fixed up a little bit, but, at the end of the day, they've only got so much to work with. I kind of want to go with like this blue like webbing, and I really want to just use the base game windows in this build. Let's see, do we want to do maybe like this blue? This blue is very nice. We can do that for this like little front section here. And then I do need a smaller window like with this, and we'll do this like in the front. It's not perfect, but I can lower this down maybe a little. That looks pretty good. I feel like there's too many windows. Like I actually kind of just want it to be like that. And maybe we can just kind of lessen that. That's kind of better, actually. And then I can do like a smaller window here, possibly. I wish we had some more varieties. I wish, because like I want something that matches this blue exactly. Maybe this one. Ooh, yeah, this one's perfect. We can just put this here up top. And then maybe like a little like round window up here. That's kind of cute, actually. I'm going to probably put that back here too. Not that that actually does anything for the interior, but it still looks pretty fun. And then for the rest of the windows, I'm just going to add these as I go. I used these in the last build, but they're a nice basic window. Basic is sometimes best, at least in my opinion. Do I want to maybe use this one for this room? Yeah, because it has that same blue swatch, but it's white on the inside, which is really nice. And we'll just make this whole room like this window. That looks really, really fun. Yeah. And then maybe I can put like a double door there leading out of the dining room into that room. And then let's see, for the living room or the kitchen over here, sorry, not the living room. I don't know what kind of window I want to use in here. I could just keep using this one, but it doesn't really add in a lot of light. So maybe there's just one of those there for the counter area, but then we can also maybe put like a couple of these in here just to lighten it up a little bit more. The only unfortunate thing is that this dining room isn't going to get any windows. Not really. So maybe instead of a door, I can put just like a nice big archway in here, or I can actually make my own arch and use some spandrels so that technically there is a little bit of that light coming in. Actually, I kind of like that more. That adds more of that vibe. It just looks nice. I like the spandreling too. It's got some detailing in it. Maybe I'll do a couple columns so that we can get more of that. That looks kind of nice. And then moving upstairs for the windows, we'll just keep using this one again, except it looks like they're a little higher. I'm just going to do the ones on the front like that and the ones on the side, which this room is not really getting any windows, and that's kind of bothering me a little bit. I want this to stay this wide here though. So maybe I can lower this down just a couple of notches, and then we'll put this here. Yeah, that's okay. Actually, that works out. Yeah. So y'all, I have been listening to, I think it's pronounced Beatty, Ryan Beatty. I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments, but I've been listening to his music so much lately. I've been like on repeat listening to his last 2 albums. So good. And Secret Language is just stuck in my head now, and I'm not upset at all about it. It's a beautiful song. Highly recommend listening to Ryan Beatty because beautiful music, beautiful voice. I'm gonna do this like so. I think I'm gonna put this door actually like right here for this bathroom because this can be the ensuite to this one. Yeah. And then downstairs. Ooh, I also want to put an archway here. Now that I'm thinking though, I think this looks really nice, but for the other rooms, I think I just want to use a regular archway just because right here, I want to use just like a small archway. Is there not a small version of this archway? I feel like there is, and I'm just like looking right past it. Oh, here it is. But I want that to be there, and then a slightly wider version can go like here. Not that version, but this one. I like it because there's like the little squares on the corners there. So I guess what I'll do is make this the laundry room, and then the room right here can be the bathroom here instead. So you don't have to like have the door to the bathroom be in the dining room. That sounds sad. So at least there's a room kind of dividing it. And then we'll do maybe an archway like here. Possibly. I think that's nice. There's a lot of entries and exits in this middle room here, so maybe the table is going to be kind of on the smaller side. And then that's the layout. I think I'll go ahead. Let's just put in the lighting. Let's get that taken care of first. I could just go with the nice boob light. I think that is what I'm going to do for this build today. Sometimes it's just nice to have something simple, and it's going to light up every room really nicely, and it's also very much so fitting for the style and the aesthetic. Yeah, I think that looks nice. And I don't think I'm going to do any like major sconces. I might put like a couple here and there. I'm not sure what kind though. I feel like I just want to use this one. It's just very basic. I feel like that looks like something I would see in a more of a not mid-century house. I'm not exactly sure what style the house is I'm building, but it just looks like a house that, you would just see in a small town. So I feel like this is kind of nice. Yeah, something like that. We'll go ahead and we'll put in the light switches too. I've been doing this lately where I put in the light switches as well. I don't know, it's just kind of fun to add that little tiny detail of realism. Are these even functional? I don't think they are actually, but it don't matter. It doesn't matter sometimes. Like functionality is very nice to have when it comes to, items in this game, but I feel like at the same time, it's all about the aesthetic. Like The Sims 4 is a game, of course, it's a video game. There is gameplay involved, of course, but when it boils down to it, if something looks nice, it doesn't matter to The Sims. It matters to us more than anything. All right. And then we need to pick out some floors and some wallpapers. I kind of want the floors to look pretty normal, but I don't want them to look too nice. Like I kind of just like this flooring here, a very basic floor. I might go with a little bit more of this like richer wood. That's actually quite nice. We'll do that in like maybe these rooms. Also do it up here. The bedrooms, I mean, in a perfect world, the bedrooms would also have this flooring, but there's a lot of houses that just have carpet still. So I think I'm going to go with some different colors of carpet. Maybe we'll do some different colors, like the lighter colors. Maybe we'll do a green for that room. And then I definitely want to use a linoleum for the bathroom and other spaces. So I'm not really sure yet. I'm really partial to this linoleum here for these rooms. Maybe the kitchen has more of a nicer tile. When I say nicer, I mean that loosely, because we could use this here. I think that actually really looks nice because the original version looks kind of a little bit of a more yellowy tone, a little bit more on the green side, and the little they're not really blue. They're supposed to be black, but they kind of have a bluer tint. But this is definitely worn and warmer and just, I don't know, it fits that vibe. Do we have a flooring that kind of is more worn looking? Because this one does look quite worn, and actually, you know what, there is some little cracks and some scuffs. So, ooh, wait, what about this floor? That's perfect. This is from Get Famous. I really want to use that one. The wood tones are really nice, and you know what, maybe a couple of these bedrooms have it too. We'll leave the green carpet in there just because I want there to be some carpet in this house. And maybe we'll do some more linoleum up in these bathrooms here. I haven't used this in a long time. This is kind of fun. Or do I want to use maybe like this one? I know one of them I want to be this kind of color, and then maybe the other one can just be the plain for now. I might change my mind on that, of course. And then for the staircase, I do need to pick that out too really quick. I'm thinking maybe just the Get Famous or the Get Together one, just because it has some nice wood tone, but it also matches the flooring really well. And then we'll pick out the railing too, probably just like this railing. I kind of like that it has that little bit of blue there to kind of work with the house. I'm going to save my game really quickly just because I really need to get into the habit of saving my game more. I need to apply some more Vaseline because my lips have been so just not great. They've been looking real rough recently. So I specifically used this one right here. Oh, I held it up to my main screen, but I used this one right here, the little Rosy Lips Vaseline. Very good stuff. It's been the best for my lips because I need something that actually stays pretty well. So then we can go in with the wall papers. Now the reference image that I have is pretty, like, they just have really simple painted walls. I'll probably use this again. I don't know, maybe we should use something a little different. There is the Basement Treasures wallpaper that does look really nice with the flooring. I feel like that is the vibe because personally I don't want this house to look too perfect. I mean, what house do I build that does look clean and perfect? Not many of them. So I do want to use like a lot of like dingier colors, you know. Ooh, that's kind of nice for the dining room. I kind of like that warmer color. We'll just put it in here too so it looks a little bit, you know, more cohesive. And then the kitchen here, I'm going to probably go for, maybe just a plain paint, honestly, instead of complicating it and try to make a nice tile. Ooh, wait. Oh, I like this a lot. I've been using this one a lot with this blue. It's just really, really nice. I feel like that would be good for a kitchen. Is there a version with the white? I don't know if I like that. I like that darker color. I feel like that just complements it. And then for these bathrooms, we'll keep those pretty simple. I'm thinking for the laundry room, we'll just do the whole room in this like kind of light tile. And then maybe the bathroom can have something with a little more of a dated vibe, or ooh, maybe like this. Oh, I love the Parenthood wainscoting. It's so freaking pretty. Okay, that's a good start for the first floor. Then the second floor, I'll use the same drywall on the room here. I also need to add the railing. That's pretty important. Or do I want to make this a half wall? Nah, I'm just going to do the railing. I really want there to be a column here too. I feel like that would be really, really nice. Maybe just the base game, like plain one. That's probably our best bet. Is there a matching blue? Ooh, there is. Look at that. I like that a lot. And then let me move this boob light. I think I'm going to put it like right here instead. It just feels weird it being there, honestly. And then we have these 3 bedrooms here. This one looks to be a little bit more of a grown-up person, maybe. Maybe this is like a teen's bedroom or something. I kind of like this one. The blue's kind of nice too. I'm trying to use things that I don't use very often. So, ooh, I like that dark color. I'm kind of into that actually. And then maybe there's this room here. This is more for like the dad himself, or, you know, I don't think it matters who they are. They just, this person that uses this room, the main parent. This one's kind of nice. I like the darker color. Maybe that's a good color. And then this room here, I'm thinking, oh, that's so pretty. I love the green. I actually quite like that a lot. And then this ensuite bathroom, I think I'm going to, first of all, I think I'm going to make this more grungy looking. And then I am going to go in with a nice kind of tiling or something on the wall that, you know, looks a little on the dated side. Maybe something like this one. I'm kind of okay with that. You know, just you know, put it out there. I will probably make some changes as I build. So this is just like the preliminary kind of choices. That's kind of fun too. Or I could just stick to using this. Yeah, I like that way more. We can do that one. The green kind of works with his bedroom. So, and then we'll do maybe this room, just like that one, kind of like downstairs. Okay, I like this a lot. I think this is a very good start. The colors are really fun. They kind of do fit really well. Ignore the glitched roofing. It will get fixed soon. I can honestly just easily remove the rooms that I put down. Like I just put like a flat floor right there, and that causes the glitch nowadays. So yeah, I'm going to fix that, but this is looking really, really good. So I think now what I can do is we'll work on this like kind of exterior bit right here. We'll just use the same flooring here. And then for the columns and the other things, I don't know, maybe we can just use, I don't know, do I want an awning on this? Do I want it to be maybe a little balcony? I think that would be cute. Just like a little balcony. Maybe I can even go with more of the half wall that I used earlier. Maybe we'll go with something a little lower than that, just like here. Ooh, I like that. We can do the siding there. And then I do need to add some trim on this house. That would add some nice bit of detailing here, and then we can use just like a normal base game little column right there, I think, and then we'll go in with the matching fence on the bottom section here, like this blue there. Do I want to maybe just do that instead? Yeah, I like that a little bit more. I don't know. How am I feeling about this? I do like this trim a lot. I like that maybe there's a little bit of blue there. Instead of it just being, you know, like white. I like that actually. It kind of mixes it up. It's not matching this perfectly. Like you can see like an easy like color shift. Like this is a cooler blue, this is a warmer blue, but it's fine. I don't really care that much about that. Like I like it when things mismatch a little bit because it adds some, you know, visual interest, we'll say. And then actually I'm going to get rid of these windows, and then there is going to be a door on those sections here. Maybe I can just do like this door from Cats and Dogs. I don't know. That doesn't really match the doors. Ooh, I know what. We'll use this one. Keep it very simple. We'll do maybe something like that. Maybe I can put the window, or maybe I should just put another window like right here for this bathroom. That just feels right. What do we think of that so far? Yeah, that looks really, really cute. And then maybe I can put like a little awning above the door there. There we go. And then we should probably pick out, before I move on to like landscaping and doing like stuff that's outside of the house, I do want to go ahead and add in some lighting because that's pretty important. I tend to forget the lighting a lot. So I'm going to just use this really simple base game one. I just think that looks really nice. The lighting is also really, really good on it. I didn't add spandrel here. I definitely need to do that. We'll use that one from the base game today, and we'll just use the white version here, and we'll just place that down like so. Oh, love that. That adds just the right amount of detailing there. Okay, and then back here, I want to add like a little patio space here. I'm thinking we'll just do maybe this. I feel like I use this a lot, but I feel like that's just right. And then maybe I can do like some, you know, toys and stuff outside. We'll do maybe like that there, and then we'll grab the brick and put it on the side. Okay. And should I flip this around? I think I'm going to flip the little shed around. Should we put it just like here instead? Actually, I think I like that a little bit more. I may move it again, but I like that a little bit more because then this being open makes sense. In fact, I kind of want to get rid of this, and then we use some terrain paint here instead, like something like this perhaps, or maybe this. No, that's way too bright, way too intense, you know? I want something that's a little more on the worn side. Like the brick is very pretty. Ooh, I like the brick. We can just use the terrain brush here and just kind of push it in slightly. And then I think what I'll do is maybe use a little bit of a dirt path here, do it on a softer brush, and just kind of have it leading to this here, something like that. This will obviously need some tweaking. Like I definitely want to go over it with some more like of this kind of color. It looks kind of phallic right now, so I need to kind of blend it a little bit. This is a more of a dead grass, So it kind of looks better than just using straight up dirt. And honestly, I'm okay with the brick being a little bit like kind of worn away in spots, just because it is, supposed to look a little bit aged. We'll just use it on the edges here, and then I'll use that on the edge where the house itself is. We'll just kind of go over these areas kind of slowly. Might have to lighten it in spots too. And thankfully, since this fence isn't like directly on the edge of a lot, it's just a big lot, we can actually kind of go over it like that just to kind of make it look a little bit more softer. We'll do this here as well with the terrain paint. Terrain paint might seem like a non-issue when it comes to building, but I think that it really helps to use it liberally. Go in and really add in some dead grass and some dirt, and it is going to make your builds look so much more realistic. And plus, when you do your landscaping, it won't look so like empty and flat. Okay, and then I might go over some areas with this as well, just because it has a bit more grass in it and it just has like some nice texturing. It's great to kind of transition it all like that. I quite like that a lot, actually. I'm gonna save my game really quickly just because you know me. The terrain paints, I always have such a bad luck with the terrain paints. Like there's times where it will just disappear when you go to like undo something, and let me tell you, that is the worst, because it's like you have to paint that all again. So okay, and let's just do the landscaping, and then I'm going to upload a version of this to the gallery unfurnished, just so that y'all can furnish it yourself if you want. Ooh, one thing I do want to add like real quick is I want to put some ceiling fans, or a ceiling fan, on the front porch. I just feel like that would look really nice. And we can use this one from Werewolves, but there is one from the base game that would look really nice there too. Actually, in fact, I think I am going to use the base game one, just because at the end of the day, this is Willow Creek, and I can for sure see it being very warm here. This is indeed based off of the south, so I think that actually looks perfect. Yeah, I like that a lot. And then for the landscaping, I do want maybe like one tree here in the front. Nothing too big. I want it to kind of fit with the neighborhood. I've been using this tree here a lot, so I don't want to just put another one right there because it's like samey. So maybe something like this one. Ooh, actually that one looks very nice here. Okay, yes. And then out back, we have like a couple oak trees in this general area. So I feel like a nice big oak tree somewhere like right here might look good. That's so big. Oh my God, that's way too big. Maybe just like right here. Oh, that's so cute because like you can see the path kind of going around it. I love that. It's also not too big. It's not clipping in with the house or, impeding on anything else, but it still is filling the space. I think this tree isn't really speaking to me now. I think I would rather it be this little hawthorn tree. I don't know, it just looks brighter. It just looks better. And then we can just do some little bits of flowers here in the front. I'm not really the best at landscaping. I tend to like my landscaping to look quite messy. So I do want to try with this a little bit. What color of flowers should go in the front of this house? Because the one I'm looking at has like more of like a pinky kind of color. This is more orange. Let's see, maybe like this one. I do like that a lot. Oh, that purple's pretty. That's actually very nice. Maybe we can put a couple of these out here. Ooh, see, that looks really good with that blue. We can just put a few of those there, and then we can maybe just throw in some other flowers too. Ooh, these would look really nice, just kind of like lining this front here maybe, or something like that would look nice. Ooh, like this. That's actually super sweet. I like that. Just because this is a divorced dad's house doesn't mean it needs to look stereotypical. Like I know I got a kind of stereotypical image for the reference for the interior. I don't think I'm going to go fully with that. I'm going to do some of these like big green bushes. These are always really good for filling in spaces. They just look so nice. And I'm just kind of doing a mix of kind of what I usually do. And then I know y'all said that shrubs, like hedges on the sides of houses, is just like atrocious. I know in real life it would be, because apparently they are really bad about like being a house for like termites or something. I could be wrong. This is looking good though. I think I do want to add in some kind of grass and, overgrown vibes, Like this grass from Get Together is so perfect for Willow Creek. And like I can also shrink it down in some spots too, just to kind of make it look like they haven't mowed in a bit. See, that is really nice. If you just look at that, that fits with my vibe so much. I love it. It's beautiful. Oh, I love that. That's perfect. I'm not going to do any more. But back here, I think I'll just add another one of those shrubs. It's just really nice because it's big. It fills in the space. It has like a shadow around it too. And then also there's these. I just like this little trio. It looks really nice. And then we can add some more of that grass from Get Together here as well. We'll put it underneath the tree. I really love doing the grass where the trees are. That makes it look like they, didn't mow around the tree, or they tried to and they didn't do a very good job, And also it just kind of, I can see so much life back here. Oh, and you know what I didn't do? I didn't add like a door onto this little shed. I think I'll do that really quickly. I'll just use maybe this simple base game one, and then maybe we can do some of these windows from Horse Ranch. I feel like that actually makes a lot of sense. We'll just put a couple of those kind of around, and then we'll do the wood on the walls there, and then maybe we can do something like this. Yeah, that looks really, really nice. Do I want to add in a light? Yes, actually. I want to go into the lighting here. I just want to use the bulb light from the the Laundry Day stuff pack. And then we'll use that outdoor light that I used on the front of the house here as well. And then we do need to add in like a little light switch here. We'll do that there. That's realistic, right? Okay. So I think this is pretty much the finished version of the house that's unfurnished. All the wallpaper is put down, the lighting, landscaping. It's pretty simple and straightforward, but I'm kind of in love with it. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to save this to the gallery. You'll be able to find a unfurnished and unfurnished version. So feel free to download it and give it a renovation if you want, but I'll go do that really fast. I have decided that I am going to make these houses move-in ready first. And we are going to be building 2 more houses on this lot as well. And I think I will probably end up furnishing one, but we'll just kind of get them ready to go. And then we'll see which one we want to furnish at the end. This is going to be a little bit of a longer video, of course, as you can tell. So yeah, I go ahead and, we're not at the beginning of the video, but hopefully you got yourself a snack or a drink or something. I did indeed just make a little trip to the Dollar General, because that's what we have here in Eastern Kentucky, is $1 million Generals in literally every vicinity that you can imagine. The joke is like actually real, but me and my partner got some pop. I say pop, he says soda. I know. It's a big conversation that we have all the time. We argue, not truly, but we do talk about it, at least. I say pop, he says soda. I think he's wrong, but, I know he's not wrong. But, I just like to be a little bit silly about that. So I think I'll put the window there, and then this will be where the stove is going to be. Also, did y'all notice in the recent update, they took the swatches here, the ones from City Living, and that they're kind of like chipped and old, they added it to the one in the base game. So that's actually pretty awesome. I'm a big fan of that. I love it when they do that. I know that some people get annoyed, but I love it. I think, that will just make more of my base game builds like more rundown looking. So I'm super excited for that. I'm gonna give them a washer dryer here, and then I'll do the bathroom fixtures, and it's just kind of the usual with these bathrooms. I don't like overdoing stuff. I'm just going to use like some counters. I think I'll use the one from the kitchen. I quite like the way the wood tones are looking together. And then I'll use this one here. I know that's technically not really a bathroom sink though, so we'll use this one. And I would say mirrors are usually like part of the house. You're not exactly taking the mirror with you unless you got your own little custom mirror or something. But at the end of the day, I'm just going to put that one there, and it's built into the wall. And then this should be just a half bath, but I'm going to make it a proper little full bathroom here and put a shower unit there. And then that's that. And then upstairs we go to those bathrooms. Let's see. I'm going to put the toilet, I think, here. We'll just use the same one again. Oh, I forgot the toilet roll holder. It would be cool if we had one that was empty, you know? That would actually be so realistic. But we'll go ahead and we'll just add those here. We'll put one under for, some awful reason. I don't really know how I want to do the layout. If I even want to keep this window here after all. I feel like that would be better to get rid of it so that I can then put the sink here. I think I'll do a small pedestal sink up here instead of like the counter sink. Actually, wouldn't it be smarter to do that the other way around? I think it would be better. Like a downstairs kind of like regular bathroom should have just like a normal sink, and then this should have like a vanity so that they can store stuff underneath it. And this is a ensuite too, so I think that's what we'll do. I'm gonna just reconfigure this a little bit because of the way it's laid out. This just seems a bit more realistic. Yes, and then I'll give it this swatch too to just make it like work better. And then this bathroom is like the general bathroom for the upstairs. I think I'll put the toilet here, and then the sink here. We'll do another little vanity sink, something like this. And then I'm going to just do this one again. It's just the same bathroom. I think I'll do this shower unit. Sometimes it's nice to use a little bit of a variety, but there is this house move-in ready. The only thing I've left out is the fireplace, and I think I am going to put one. I really like this one from Cats and Dogs. It's so pretty. I think it honestly fits with the style. And you know what? If I can find one that fits with the brick, that would be kind of nice too. Maybe something kind of like that. Okay, so now we can move on to the next house. All right, I do have a reference on my second screen I'm going to be looking at, and this one's going to be kind of similar. I like the idea of these homes being fairly similar in style. So we'll have like kind of like a simple little setup like that, and then I don't think they'll have a porch. I think it'll just be like a really small kind of just step up to the front porch, maybe with a little awning. I think I'm going to do like a living room here. It may even have a similar layout, but maybe I'll put like, it'll be like kind of like this. I want it to be about the same length. Maybe these houses were built around the same-ish time, so they have like a similar setup. I think I might do this instead though, kind of shift the sizing, the layout a little tiny bit. It's going to be a bit more of a narrow house too, so I'm thinking maybe we'll do like a bathroom here, and then I kind of want the kitchen and dining to be like an open like planned space. So maybe I'll do like laundry room, bathroom, and then this can be like hallway here. That's kind of a long hallway, isn't it? I think it is. So maybe I'll adjust the length a little bit. We'll do that. That seems a little more reasonable. And then we'll put in just like a placeholder staircase here. See, that is a lot of space. I feel like realistically the hallway would be a lot smaller. So maybe let's just make this like, I don't know, this big, and maybe this can be like a bathroom here, and this can be a laundry room, but then maybe they keep some like pet stuff in here too. See, that's a little bit better. And then what if I put a closet underneath the stairs? That would be really fun. That way it kind of makes this a bit more of a usable space. And then moving upstairs, it's going to be a very simplistic shape. I think I may just do something like that. And then it looks like in this house I'm looking at, it is going to be just like a very basic roof like this. Do I want to make it like that? I feel like this needs to be brought back a tile so that I can push this back and then do something like this. That's more like what this house looks like. I wasn't going to initially put a bay window here, but while I am thinking about it, I can just use maybe something like this for this house. I feel like that would look really nice there. It adds some shape without it actually being more room inside. And then upstairs, I think what I'll do is put kind of a similar setup. We'll do a big bedroom here, and then maybe they have an ensuite bathroom right here. And ooh, that doesn't leave a lot of space. Maybe the bedrooms in this house are a little smaller. Let me think here. Maybe I can do like a room like here and then like a room here. Maybe instead of it being an ensuite, this is a full bathroom for the whole floor. So 3 bedrooms here and then a bathroom there. So it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom little house. And then for this house, it's just going to get a very, very simple shape. You know, I wanted to include a house that has a simple shape. Ooh, just something kind of like that, you know, because I am basing this off of roughly where I'm living currently. I just see a lot of houses that are like this. So that's what I'm doing with this little neighborhood. I think every area in the Sims in my save file is going to have kind of a different inspiration based on, you know, what I like. So, you know, this is of course inspired by the area that I'm living, but maybe like Granite Falls or maybe even Moodland Mill, maybe they can be inspired by where I'm from originally. Like, because this is definitely like the area that I'm from. So does that look kind of good? Do I need to add something back here? Should I add some more shape? Like, should I just extend the house like a little bit on this side too? That is a good choice. I would have to just leave the roof like this though, which is fine actually, I think. And then I'll add a little roof here too, and then we'll put that there. I don't know, I feel like that needs to be wider. It just seems a little weird proportionally. So I'm gonna do that, I think. And then we'll make this a bit more narrow and then stick it back a bit. Maybe. Actually, I quite like that. And then inside, that doesn't really change much. It does make this room a little bit bigger, which is actually really nice. And then this room is a little bit awkward. Maybe, I mean, this is still going to be a laundry room, I think, but it's going to be maybe shaped like that. It's a little weird, isn't it? But it's fine. I don't really mind. Okay. And then for this house, the reference that I'm looking at is quite literally the same color as the previous one. It's that kind of grayish color. We ain't doing that. Let's see. Let's look through the siding together. Let's just see what, you know, strikes my eye. I mean, I could do a blue house, which would look very nice. This light blue. Ooh, I do kind of like that in contrast with all those. That's quite nice. And I like the texture of the shingle. It's very cute. And then for the foundation, I want to go with like, you can see how like the dark colors are like throughout this. I want it to feel like warmer and darker. So maybe like this foundation from the base game. I'm a big fan of brick and dark wood apparently. And for the roofing, I think I will keep the nice crisp white trim, of course. And then for the pattern on the roof, I don't know. I want something warm and darker that kind of goes with these. I mean, I could go with like just like this. I don't know. That just doesn't really inspire me. You know, it doesn't really like hit a nerve for me. So I'm like, we could go in with a brick on the first floor, maybe something like that. Not that one exactly, but something with just like a nice bit of brick. Ooh, there is the Realm of Magic brick. That is very nice. Oh, I kind of do like that. That looks pretty nice. Or maybe this is a little bit more of a renovated house. You know, this one's a bit newer. Like it's been here for a while, but they fixed it up a bit more. So maybe we'll go with the white trim. I don't know. Does that really match? I mean, it does kind of match this house. Ooh, okay. I'm getting really indecisive, but I think I want to go with this light one here because this is what the other house at the end of the street has. And I think that actually is a nice in between. Ooh, yes. And you know me, this is a siding from Cats and Dogs, so clearly I'm gonna love it, but maybe I'll do a little bit of a hipped roof here, just because putting down like floor tiles, like a proper like tiled like flooring, what am I saying? You know, like if I use like one of these flat squares right now, it's gonna cause the roof to glitch out. So instead I will use just something like this here. That can be a nice little, I don't know what just happened. Maybe y'all saw it too, but my screen just flickered randomly. I don't know what that was, but it's yeah, we'll put like a little bit of an awning there, and I'll do maybe this here. Oh yeah, it's starting to look cute. I'm starting to feel it. Maybe I'll go with the cottage living. Maybe we'll go with a little bit more of a lighter, more rustic vibe with this house. Like the people that moved here, they're definitely a bit more into like maybe the farmhouse style, but they can't afford to live at like Chestnut Ridge or something like that. They need to, live somewhere that's pretty affordable. So, and plus maybe they have family here. This is maybe they've got some money, but they don't want to move away from their family just yet. That's really cute. And then maybe I'll use some different doors and windows. Ooh, the cats and dogs ones. See, that's really cute. Part of me wants to now just go in and add an awning, but I feel like a bay window, but I feel like that's not really what I want. Maybe I just want like a nice big window, because even in the reference, there is a pretty big window. It's not this big, but I do want to use those though. Like there's these. Ooh, that's perfect. Yeah, I mean, this is a really simple looking house so far. It is very simple, but it's nice to have the simple homes on the street. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I do need to lower this though, because the windows are going to be clipping with it, and I'm not really here for that. So I don't know. I feel like maybe I do need to add some more shape in the front, like something like that. Yeah, that feels more correct, just because that is how a lot of the houses here look. Like they have those shapes and stuff. So I'm gonna get me a little sip of my root beer. Ooh, girl, that is sweet, honey. Let me tell you, I kind of needed it today though, because it is hot. Like we went out to the dollar store and got some, mainly we wanted to get some drinks because, there's family coming over, but also we just wanted some drinks because it's hot and we just want something nice to drink. And let me tell you, we were gone for maybe 15 minutes. I had a sheen of sweat already on me, and I'm wearing like a pretty like small shirt, small thin shirt with booty shorts. I'm not even joking. And I was just melting. And like I'm a summer baby. I love the heat. Okay. I was like, I gotta get out of this. I was like, y'all, it's too daggone hot. Maybe we'll do like some windows like that, or maybe we should use this in line with that. Oh God, that's not centered. There we go. That's better. And then we'll just do like a little baby window just right there. Oh, that's actually so cute. Yeah, so cute and charming. Okay, and then I guess I'll go ahead and I'll place the rest of the windows down. I just love these windows so freaking much. Cats and dogs, man, this is my favorite pack. Like, I think it's so beautiful. The content is great. The world is stunning. Ooh, we can add a fireplace here. We should definitely do that. Let's do another chimney moment on this side of the house. Oh, see, that's perfect because it kind of cuts off that roof. I love that. Are y'all surviving this heat? I know some of y'all probably aren't really experiencing that if you live on the other hemisphere where y'all are experiencing winter. I'm currently a little jealous right now. I'm a summer baby. I don't really like winter. I think winter is just too cold. I like the warmth, but not this. So yeah, let me know if you're experiencing the absolute, blazing heat, or if you're just, dealing with a nice mild winter, or maybe not a mild winter. It might be cold. All right, we'll do something kind of like that, I guess. That's really cute. It's very different from the house next door, but I don't know. I think they're really cute together. Okay, and then windows for the upstairs. I need to place those. Hopefully you all are enjoying the long video format today. I just, we're at a point with YouTube right now where views are kind of low. It's summertime. People are doing things. They're not inside at their computers or their phones or their TVs, they're doing stuff. And so fewer people are on here. So to make the views a bit more worth it, I'm going to be doing these longer videos, I think, a bit more often, at least right now, just because, they do tend to perform better for me, but also they do better revenue-wise. I'm going to be transparent. That's why. Maybe that's not why. Actually, the reason why I'm doing it is because I like to do it. I love these longer videos. I love taking my time. Leaving these decisions in is a really nice way to just kind of get inspired. At least for me, I really enjoy watching long plays and longer format videos. It's just so nice to just throw them on in the background and just relax, Okay, I think that's good there. I need to put an archway here, I think. I'm just going to use this one, I think. The really basic kind of square one. And do I want to get a bigger one for the living room area? Oh, I want the same height. Why is that one so short? I mean, I don't mean to, call out its size or anything. There we go. I just wanted one that was a little bigger. Yeah, this house is definitely a little bit more on the simpler side. Maybe it's a little newer. Maybe it got remodeled. Maybe it was, recently built, or at least more recently built. So maybe the lights are a little nicer. They're not going to be boob lights. Maybe they'll be something like this. I mean, that's not very bright. That's the only reason why I've never liked this light, is because it's so, first of all, you have to make it a different color, but also it's just very dim, and I don't know. I just don't really like it. Maybe we'll use this one then. Oh, hey, that's actually pretty nice. Yeah, we'll use this one here. It's still the same kind of cheap looking light, but it is square, so it's not a boob light. And then we'll go in with some sconces as well. I don't want to use these. I want something, or unless we go with like this one. I do like that actually. Well, maybe not. That one looks a little on the old-fashioned side. So I want something that is a little bit newer looking, but we really don't have much, do we? Like, there is this one. This one's kind of okay. You know what? I kind of like it. Sure. Either that or we use maybe this one. I don't like that one. Oh, these are perfect. These right here, we can just use those. What do we think? I mean, they're not my favorite. I mean, to be fair, if I used something like that, they kind of match a little bit more. I think that's what I'm going to do. This house is definitely going to have some warm colors in it too, but it's going to be a nice mix of like pastels, I think. Yeah, I like that a lot more. These will go with that a bit more. I'm just kind of putting them in a few spots just because I like putting sconces down. It adds more light. Oh, I still haven't put a back door. Oops. Oh well, we'll get there. I think I'm going to put maybe just like a couple up here. I'm not going to put them in the bedrooms. I don't really like sconces in bedrooms. So, but anyways, let's pick out the back door and then do all that structure stuff too. I would like a double door, possibly a sliding door. Sliding door would be really cute. Ooh, there is this one from the base game. I want more windows on it though. Oh, this one's really pretty, but it's not really the right style. I mean, we could just go with the one from the base game, this really plain one. That is very nice and, modernized. So I like it. It'll do. And then let me put this down. I'll also put down the same railing and the stairs here. You can tell I'm a big fan of this color scheme right here, this light blue with this light wood and then the brick. It's just such a good combo for me. And I don't really think I've got anything in my Forever Save file that, would be that. So this almost looks like something that could be in Brindleton Bay, but I don't know. I think it looks cute regardless. But we'll find those little rustic looking, what do you call them? Those rustic looking things. And we'll put, some ceilings on these as well. That's important right now. And then I'll also go in and just kind of look underneath and add that to the roof, the ceiling there. It's just a small detail that is really important to add, I think, when you're building houses. I didn't do the ceilings on this house. I probably won't then for the rest of them. I don't know. We'll see. But I do want to keep using this for the homes. I think maybe the wooden fence will be on the outer edge and then the inner edge will be this. And I think I'm going to do about the same distance. I'm going to make sure that it's about 2 tiles away. This house will probably be a bit bigger, so I'll just, keep that in mind. And then I'm going to add some more of these. I also need to grab the little posts here and add those at the end. Something else that me and my partner did, because, the Dollar General. Listen, I know it's a joke. I know it's funny to be like, oh my God, there's so many. They're really convenient. Like they are our convenience store because we don't have anything else here. There's not like gas stations are pretty far away, like relatively, like they're not too far, but like they don't really have anything convenient like that. So like the dollar store is our convenience store. And let me tell you, it's nice to be able to just go there and find so many deals. Because they had a deal, y'all. They had a deal on cereal. Oh my gosh. And cereal is like a dessert for us. So, we might as well get some. And it was 4 for $8. I'm going to leave this open here. But 4 for $8. Isn't that wild? Isn't that wild? They were just the standard boxes, so there's really not that much. But let me tell you, we snatched them up, okay? We got some snacks. I put that little archway there. I feel like that would look really nice as like a little pathway. And then at the front, I think I want to find something that kind of borders the front a little bit. I know how I had these looks nice, but I want something a little bit more structured. Oh my gosh, I should have put these on like a little bit of a slope. Oh well, that would have been a fun idea. So let's see, maybe something like this. Ooh, it is a little different, but maybe this one actually. What about this one? Ooh, that's kind of pretty. It's actually the same shape as the other, but oh no, I won't be able to put it here. I mean, we could put it here. Like, we can do that and then maybe do like a little bit of a path. That's kind of cute. I like that actually. We can do either like a terrain painted path like this, or we can do stepping stones. I think we're going to do stepping stones. That would be really, really cute. This house is a little bit more rustic. It's a little bit more charming. Maybe there is some grandparents living here. Ooh, actually, that would be a really fun little story. There could be some grandparents and maybe they're raising some kids, or maybe it's a mixed experience. Maybe there's grandparents and they have their, adult child living with them, and then the adult child is maybe recently single and they, have their kids and they had to move in with their parents because they didn't have anywhere else to go, and the grandparents are actually super they're secretly excited, because they get to see their grandkids every day and they get to see their, their son again, and they really love their son. Gay story time. So the son here that has kids, maybe he doesn't realize that they're gay or they're bi or whatever. And then this is a divorced dad with kids. He does know. And it's a very loud, boisterous family. Maybe they meet. Maybe they fall in love. Maybe they were best friends. That's the tea. That's the tea. Okay, the family that lives on this house, he moved back into his parents' home when they passed away. And he grew up here. Then his best friend grew up here. So they were best friends and neighbors. He moved back into this house. And then boom, here comes his best friend moving back home. They reconnect. They fall in love. Oh my God. They didn't realize they loved each other this whole time. Or maybe one of them did. You can tell I have been reading a lot of romance. I'm currently reading a romance novel called Him by, is it Elle Kennedy and Serena Bowen? I could be incorrect, but yeah. I've been really, really liking it. It's really good. It's about two hockey players. Yes, it's a hockey romance. It's don't get me started. And they used to be best friends, and then they had a falling out because, the one that knows he's gay, definitely was in love with his best friend, and his best friend didn't realize he was bisexual. It was not even a thing. And you know what? Why don't you go look for it and read it? Because if I explain any more of the plot, it's going to get a little not safe for work. So yeah, I want a light flooring. I really want something like the one from Cats and Dogs. That's so pretty to me. I love the lighter wood. Oh, yes. And I think this house is going to be recently renovated. It's been fixed up by, the grandparents that live here. Maybe they've always had a little bit more money, and the people that lived here, they had money. They weren't rich. They didn't have the money to get their house fixed up and all that, but their house is still in good shape and it looks really cute. It's just a little rough around the edges, Ooh, I like the idea of doing this here and then a nice wood over there as well. I think I'm going to rotate this. We're going to do horizontal. I think it looks quite nice there. They kind of matched it, but I don't know. I don't think I want to match it. I think I want maybe the bathroom to be blue. Maybe not that color of blue. Maybe just a little bit of a softer blue, like that one. I don't know. That one's really pretty. I'm being really indecisive. And you know what? I'm not gonna be nitpicky. Ooh, that one's better. That one's a lot better. Ooh, I like this bright blue. I don't know. I think the softer blue's better. Maybe we'll just go with a lot of like soft blues with this house too. Okay, and then upstairs, I think maybe there'll still be like maybe some carpet in these bedrooms. Like they haven't gotten to these rooms yet. They haven't really like, put much energy into fixing the floors here. And then maybe we'll put something that's a bit more dated in this bathroom. Like, this house, there's still some bits that they haven't fully let go of. Like, ooh, I like the idea of maybe something, ooh, that's a nice tile. It's not really dated looking, but that's very cute. I don't know. We'll maybe just go with something a little simple like that. Yeah. All right. And then for the wallpapers, we have the living room. I think I want to use wainscoting again. And I think I want to use this one because we can do a lot of like light blues. It's going to be very like light and rustic and really friendly. Do I want to use beige? No. Yellow? No. Do I want to use just blue again in here? I feel like that looks okay. The kitchen, on the other hand, I want it to be yellow. I love a nice yellow kitchen. That's just so like friendly. And then maybe for these rooms here, we'll just do like a simple like wainscoting with the little flowery wallpaper. I think that's very cute for a bathroom. And then upstairs, maybe we can use something similar like this one. Oh, that's so sweet. I like that. And then I'll use this here. And then we have the bedrooms to pick. I didn't put the light switches yet. I need to do that. But I think we'll do just like a variety of like kind of old-fashioned looking wallpapers. These are subject to change, just an FYI. Should I do pink for the bedroom? I see it. The grandma is like, listen, I want to do our bedroom in pink. And the husband's like, you know what? I like pink. And it surprised her, I need to make these Sims. Is that something y'all would be interested in? Is maybe a video, like a long play where I just make Sims for my save file? Would that be something y'all be interested in? Let me know. And I know that the people that, usually have good opinions will be watching at this point at least or something. So, well, y'all all have good opinions. I don't mean it like that, but like the people that like know who I am, you're still watching. So we'll put these light switches in. But yeah, I feel like that would be really fun because I have a really hard time focusing and getting Sims made. And I think maybe if I have, it set up as like a video, then I'll be more willing to actually finish it. So yeah, let me know in the comments. Let's do the little, is this a dog? That's the dog. This is, yes, that's the cat. We'll do the little cat mailbox because I just think that's stinking cute. And I think I'll use more of this hedge here as well. Ooh, before we get any further, I need to save first of all. And I think I'm also going to do the terrain paint first. I did that in the previous like house and I had way more fun. So I'm going to do that instead. We'll probably go in with this do or die. It's do as in DEW. That just makes me think of Mountain Dew. Oh my God. Right now it is, at the time that this video is being made, it's around July. It's like the 4th of July weekend. And of course, it being the 250th anniversary, Mountain Dew, the soda brand, the pop brand. Oh my God. See, look at me. I'm going back on my word. But the pop brand has made a name called American Dew. And I don't think there's anything that could represent American food and culture more than that. It's just something else. I guess, it's fun, I guess. But I do want to maybe use the same kind of concept as I did over here, but it's going to be a little bit nicer. It's not going to be as like, worn away. It's going to look nice and clean like that. And I think I might leave it like that. I could put a shed out here. I feel like they would have a little shed. Maybe they have something really, really, really small. Maybe this is like a tiny little shed for maybe the grandma. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they just keep some tools out here, but maybe this is a little hangout shed or something. I don't know. Maybe the grandma, is like, I don't know, an artist or something. I don't know. Does that look good? I feel like that's a little weird at kind of hitting the edge here. So maybe I will just come out here and make this a tiny bit smaller. We'll like go to like here on the grid. That's actually not so bad. I like that a lot. And then we'll actually kind of make it match the house. I feel like that would be very cute to have like a matching little shed on the property here. Do that, and then we'll put the siding and all that there, and then we'll do a little cute little door. We'll use one from Cats and Dogs to bring that element in like that. And then we'll get maybe some of these like little windows from cats and dogs as well. Always check to make sure the windows are all on the same level, because otherwise it just feels wrong to me. And then maybe on the interior, it can be something kind of like this. Yeah, I kind of like that. And then for the flooring, we'll go maybe with like a light version of this. I think that's just such a nice flooring to use. And then I wish that these steps, whenever you have them right next to like a back door like this, I wish that you could scooch them in even further to where only the step was right there, because that's realistic to me, I think. So but we'll just leave that the way it is, I guess. Okay, that's pretty cute. Let's go ahead. We'll do the rest of the landscaping here. It's kind of going to be pretty similar to the neighbors here. You know, they're going to have the hedges here. Actually, maybe I'll put more. I do like the way it looks. Oh yeah, 2 of them fit perfect just there. And then this yard will definitely be a little nicer looking, a little bit more flowers. Should I do like hydrangeas? What kind of question is that? Of course I should do hydrangeas. And then I'll use the, oh, these are not live edit, so I'm wasting money here. Yeah, we'll do these instead. Oh, these are the big ones too. You know, we'll do a little bit of like a moment here. Maybe we'll put those hydrangeas, and then I know I put lavender in all my builds. Okay, I'm sorry, but that's just who I am as a person. Okay. And then I'll put maybe another tree here. I don't want to do another hawthorn tree, but at the same time, I don't really think there's another tree that will work. I think what I'll do is I will use the tool mod to scale it up ever so slightly, just like 25%. I think that looks real nice. And then I am going to rotate it so it at least doesn't look too similar. See, that is very pretty. And then maybe we can go around these with some rocks possibly. I think I just want to use the real basic ones from the base game, just like a few here and there. So y'all, if you all haven't seen it, you may have, since it probably did pop up on your little shorts feed if you are a viewer of the shorts, but I have started making some short form videos here and there. Nothing too crazy, just a few, because I've been wanting to change up, you know, what content I make, but also making those videos is a good way to kind of, you know, open up the audience. What am I saying? Open up the audience. You know what I'm saying. It's a great way to get some new eyes on the channel. And I think I actually want a flower bed here. That would be really nice. And so I've been doing that. And I also have decided I'm making, you know, I made an Instagram a long time ago. So I'm doing Instagram Reels. Basically, I'm just putting the same content up on 3 different platforms. That's really what's happening. And I'm kind of pleasantly surprised. I do have a TikTok, but it doesn't really get a lot of attention or views yet. But my Instagram, I'm pleasantly surprised at how many views I've already gotten over there, which I'm like, what the heck? That's surprising. Like, I had a reel get like almost 3,000 views. I'm like, I barely have any followers. That's wild. That's actually really cute. I quite like the way that looks. And I do think I want to put some of that back here as well. Like, we'll do like the hydrangeas here and the big things of lavender. I think I'll do like some small ones, maybe not there, but we'll put a big one right there. Like, this is definitely like a nicer little property here, but you know, it's just because they take care of it, I guess. Maybe some little pops of this like yellow flower here too. I do want another bush here. I'm not really sure what kind. Maybe like a proper little shrub. Maybe something, ooh, like this one. That's perfect. That's very cute. And maybe we can put like a tall one here too. It's not perfect, but I think it looks pretty. Oh, the best way to make it look better is to just put some of this underneath it. That's just a better way to kind of make the shape look nicer without really having to do a lot of extra work. And then I'll put some rocks in here or out here, in here, out here. Sure. Tomato. Okay, that looks cute. And then, oh, I was gonna have them have like a little bit of a pathway. Maybe this can be a little bit weathered. You know, I'm not opposed to it. It would make it look a little bit more cohesive with the rest of the property or the other homes in this area. So let me just kind of soften the corners here just a little tiny bit, and then we can just kind of go over with some of this. We'll do kind of like a little bit of a path. You know, maybe I'll throw in some rocks here. You know, it's kind of cute. I think that looks nice and realistic. We'll just go in with more of this here. You know, maybe the grass isn't always greener, and it truly isn't in this case. It's really not greener. It's just as dead on their property, but hey, it's still pretty cute. All right, how does this look so far? It's looking so cute. We'll go ahead and we'll get the fixtures and all of that set up. So I really like the idea of keeping it like that light rustic vibe in here too. Oh, the yellow. What if we did yellow on the cabinets and then blue on the walls? Oh, see, that's very, very sweet. And then maybe the entrance, we can change it up and do something like this. Oh, that's nice. But then this will need to be a different color too. Maybe we'll go with this like peachy color. That's cute. Okay, I just really wanted to use yellow and I didn't want it to be all yellow because I feel like that would be too much yellow. And I guess, do I want the refrigerator here? It's not really my first choice, but sure. I think I'll just do a nice, simple, clean white one. The stove can go right here. We'll use this. And then the cabinets and the sink as well. Let's see, what's the, oh, see, that was perfect. I love the little blue curtain there. That's so stinking cute. And then we'll do like this. Oh, how charming is that? I kind of want it to be brighter in here. Oh dear, the loop of indecision is so true. It's so real. Maybe we go with a lighter blue. I don't know. The darker blue is a little dark. Then this one's a little lighter. What do we think? I think I like it more. However, I am really wanting to do a backsplash over on this wall. We don't really have anything that's going to work with that color exactly, unless we do just like a full wall. And I feel like that's a little out there, unless we just use like this tiny, like this get together column. That's always a good item to use to kind of, I guess, separate the tiling. It just looks weird when there's just a, blank line. What do we think of that? That's actually very cute. I like that a lot. Maybe we should go with something a bit more rustic though. Not rustic, that's not really the right word, but something a bit more dated. Like that. If I use that shade of blue, then this shade of blue should be this one instead. It's a little bit of a little darker. It's not that much darker, but it's not as bright. It goes with that tile a little bit more. And then we can pick out the sink. I think I'm going to go with this one because it's a little rustic, but it isn't like, well, there is this one. And honestly, if you're going to have a rustic kitchen, you might as well have that. I think I want to swap these though. Yeah, that's much better. I don't like that very much though. I'm just trying to think. If you're here, you don't want the sink and the stove to be that close. I don't know. We shall see though. But then I think this will become a... yes, this will be the bathroom. This will be the laundry room. So let me go in and go to appliances. And do we want to do the stackable ones? I feel like that's very nice to have. It's like a bougie thing. And you know what? In fact, what if we got the red ones? Oh, see, that's so fun. It's very bright, but I don't know. I feel like that's really, really nice. And then we can maybe put like a little cabinet next to it. Let's do maybe the blue or just the white. The white's nice. Do we want to put a sink in here too? Like have this be like a laundry sink. It's really nice to have a sink in the laundry room, I guess. If you want to like soak something, say you need to like, I don't know, soak something in here, hand wash it, that makes sense, right? I don't really hand wash very many things. Technically there probably is a few things that I should hand wash, some delicates that aren't exactly, washable, in the same way. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, I just want to decorate the rest of this room. I was about to, but yeah, maybe this can have like some stuff for pets. Maybe they even have a bathtub in here for pets specifically. You know what? We can do that. Let's do that. We'll put a bathtub in here so that they can, use this to wash their pets. And we'll make it like the blue. That's quite fun. And then I'll put in the toilet over here. I think this one will be a true like half bath. It's just going to be a normal little, moment here. I think we'll use this. We'll do the white. And then I am going to use that same mirror that I used in the last video, I know, or the last build, but it just fits. It's so perfect. We'll do that there. And there's that. Very cute. I like it. And then upstairs we have just this other bathroom. This one can be a bit more dated, honestly. Do I want to put maybe the shower tub combo here? Ooh, that's a very tight fit. Because we could also just put a shower here, but I feel like if this is an older home, then they would definitely have at least a shower tub combo, if not just a bathtub, you know? So I guess we'll just put the toilet here. Not that one. I want just like a plain toilet. And then for the sink, let's see, we'll do maybe just like, see, I want to do like a vanity sink, putting it in this little nook. That would be kind of nice. Maybe I can do that here. And then we can put the shower tub combo right here. Is that reasonable? Is that right? I'm going to shrink this light down because it's a little big, but I'm thinking maybe like right here. Is that bad? Unless we do something like this. This is a lot more involved for sure, but if I do that, then I would rather swap it. Actually, that fits pretty well. It's pretty small. It's pretty cramped. I ain't gonna lie, but it makes sense. Yeah, I like that a lot. And then I think maybe I'll put like tile in this little bit, and then maybe I can just extend it a tiny bit. I kind of like that. And then I am going to put some more lighting in here, and I think I am going to go ahead and do the sink up here, and I'm going to do maybe like, you know, just like the silvery one. But then I do want to put in this, of course, but the vanity light from the base game as well, because that would also be built in, I believe. If I can find it. I can never find that item. Something like that. Yeah, that's perfectly cute. Okay, there is another house built. Very cute. It's very, you know, different, but I feel like it fits in this area very nicely. You know, it adds some charm. I also really like that this looks a little different up front. Do I though? I don't know. I do like that. It kind of makes it look different, like actively different from this house. Alrighty, so we are going to be building the last house right here in this little section, and I already have some inspiration pulled up on my second screen once again, and if you can tell, I'm in different clothes. I took a lovely bath, and my hair is still wet, so ignore that. But I think I'm going to build a house that kind of sort of resembles this one down here, but I'm going to do it a little differently, of course. So I think it'll go to like here, maybe. Is that like a good level layer point? Maybe we can go like up a bit, just like this. And I kind of want it to kind of be like this kind of shape, roughly. And then there is going to be maybe like a wider front porch on this one, kind of like how these two houses have the wider front porch. I want to do something like that. Ooh, let's move this back to like here. That looks better. Okay. And then we'll do this. And I'm thinking it's probably going to be a pretty simple shape too. I mean, let's be honest, when you're building realistic homes, they're usually pretty simple. Also, if you hear anything in the background, that is our air conditioning. It is so hot. Yes, I'm wearing a sweater, but the vent is literally underneath my desk. It will literally freeze me to death, but I'd rather be freezing inside than outside sweltering. But we're thinking like this kind of shape for the first floor. And then there is going to be kind of like a little bit of I guess you could call it a dormer here in the middle, kind of like that. I think that looks good. And then it'll kind of go back, and then there's going to be like a second floor up here too. I'm thinking, I don't know, it's not going to be very big. I'm not exactly sure who lives in this house just yet. I like the idea of the two families living in these two houses, that they're kind of connected. So I don't know, maybe this one can be abandoned too. You know, I did this in my previous build where I built a neighborhood. I did one that was kind of like a fixer-upper, kind of abandoned kind of house. So maybe we can do something like that too. I don't know. But I think we'll put like the roofing like this. Actually, I feel like I need to bring all of this forward a tile just because it just doesn't look right with the roofing the way it is. Yeah. And then we'll push this forward like so. And then I am going to put some more roofing here to where it's kind of like that. Oh, that's kind of perfect actually. And then we'll maybe put another piece here, and then we'll just copy this over and then do the side like that. How does that look? I like that width. That looks good. I feel like maybe the roofing should be taller on this house so that it kind of balances it out a little bit, which I think that's what's going to happen, because I'm going to do this. Oh, maybe this shouldn't be so wide here. I think I want it to only go to that point. That's pretty good actually, because then we can do this. And then I'm thinking, should I I was thinking maybe doing like something like this here, but then there's this big section here. So maybe there should be like this. We're kind of figuring this out together. I think maybe I'll just see about how this looks first. Maybe we'll use the half-hipped roof instead, because then I can basically get that same kind of effect with that. But then once I pull it forward, it kind of does that. That looks a little weird. I'm not going to lie. It looks kind of okay on the back, but then there's this section and I don't exactly know what I want to do with that. So perhaps I can mirror it back here too. Or maybe I can just do like a small bit here, like maybe to like there or something. I don't know. Maybe it just needs to be a bit bigger. Like maybe I just need to go back a tile. Actually, that doesn't look bad. I like that a lot. And then maybe what I can do is just put that, bit of roofing here back. But what I'll do is I'll do that little trick where you like line up the back of this roof piece with the eaves pulled in with the like edge of this roof. And then I'll just copy and paste another roof to go there and then just pull the eaves all the way in and just do it back enough to where it like looks like that. Let me just make it the right width, but that way it doesn't have this big trim like right here. It's just kind of like nice. And then let's see how a half-hipped roof looks back here as like an awning kind of situation. How does that look? I'm not like the biggest fan of that just because we don't have it in the front. Oh, this looks a little weird. I feel like this needs to be a bit wider actually, because I want the roof to be like this. I feel like this should be a little wider. Making it 5 tiles actually does seem to be a little bit much though. I don't know. Does that look good? I feel like this is very big, but then this house is also quite big. Like with the roof, it's very like, I don't know, sizable. So I think having another one like that down here would be a great way to balance it out. I do think I want to take this house though, and we'll move it down just a notch. That way it's not so close to this one. It feels a little bit more spaced apart. And I can also add like a chimney and stuff over there properly. But how does that look? I mean, maybe 4 tiles is like the right width for that. So maybe I just need to make this a little more narrow. Actually, that doesn't look so bad. We can give that a try here. We'll probably keep it like 5 tiles wide or 4 tiles wide here. And then we'll just push this all over like so. Maybe we'll push this back all the way and then we'll do this. How does that look? I mean, that does make it significantly smaller, but there's nothing wrong with that. I feel like that fits better with the sizes of these houses. Like the widths are about the same and like it's pretty sizable inside. Like here's the upstairs. The downstairs is about the same. It's a little smaller than these houses, of course, but do I want it to really be big house? Medium, small? I don't think so. So maybe we should expand the house a little more. Maybe we can just kind of do this with the house because we can just extend the roof and it doesn't affect the shape at all. And then maybe, okay. I'm thinking, what if we just do this and then we can put a roof like so? That actually looks really good. It makes it look like this on this side. Yeah, that looks really, really nice. Very simple little fix there. And I can even add a proper back porch here. I really would like that on one of these houses to have like a really nice big back porch because not all of them do have that. Like these two have pretty small ones. This one can have maybe a larger one. And then I'll just do another one of these fences. What is wrong with me? One of these roofs. I don't know how you say it. There. How does that look? I mean, it's fine. I don't really like feel offended by it. The roofing is always going to look a little bit funky sometimes, but yeah, you can kind of see the width. Like it kind of helps. Maybe actually, hold on. Let me push this back a tile here. See, that feels pretty good. You know, you can kind of look over and see that the houses are not like perfectly the same size, but they're like close enough. I think I'm actually going to do this here with the roof just so I don't get that awkward bit of clipping here. Yeah, there we go. That's much better. And then I'm imagining actually with this house, I'm going to fix that. This side will be where the living room is. So I'm thinking. We need to figure out where the stairs go first. So it's probably going to go like right here. Is that about right? Maybe we'll go forward. Oh, it's perfect. I always like it whenever the staircase is just like a couple tiles away from the front wall here. So how is this going to look upstairs? Because then we have like this here. This is like off limits. So I'm thinking maybe we'll do like a room here, of course. Maybe I can do like a room here and a room there, but then where would a bathroom go? Because I could easily just put one here, but then it's like one tile between the wall and the stairs. Like, it's kind of tight, but at the same time it works, because I could also put a closet there. I like it. 3 bedrooms, we've got 1 bathroom. And then we just need to figure out this, floor plan here. This is a very simple shape. Thankfully, we can do a lot with that. I'm thinking we'll do like the living room here. This will probably be a similar layout to this house, low key. But I'm thinking we'll do maybe like the small like half bath right here. And then I do want to include like a laundry room somewhere though. So maybe this can just be like, what am I doing? Oh my gosh, this can be here. Maybe I should make this room 1 tile wider. I don't mind that, because I'm thinking like the archway can be 3 tiles wide here. And then there can be like love seat, couch, maybe the TV here, or maybe the fireplace here. And then like a love seat, a couch. I don't know. I'm going to have to figure that out. And this is just like the straight down hallway. Maybe there's going to be an archway here. And then, where can a dining room be? That's a good question. I do want to include a laundry room because all the other houses had one, so I might as well make one here. What if I did something like this here, and they had like a tiny half bath right here that you get to through a little laundry room right here? And then maybe I can do like this. Oh, is that going to look weird? Yes, but no. In fact, it kind of looks interesting. It looks kind of like an add-on. Maybe that's what they did. They added a room here, because then this can be a dining space, and then this can just be like the kitchen area, right? I can make that work. I could put like a door right here, and then like the kitchen can go along this wall. Maybe there can be like, a U shape or something. Maybe there can be like a little breakfast table right here. And then upstairs we have 3 bedrooms and 1 bath. It's a little bit of a weird house. This might be one of those houses that like there's a lot of quirks because maybe it's been here for a while and they've had like a lot of renovations or something. Okay. And then I do want to use, I think, these columns again. I really like these columns a lot. These are so good for these styled homes. But let's see what colors. I'm just going to look at the colors of this and see which one inspires me the most. I mean, there is that one with the red brick. I know this one has red brick, but that one's like the lighter kind of brick with the white grout. This is like solid red. We've got like a brown and blue, and then we've got just like a nice blue and white. This one will probably be a good brick. So let me, hold on. Let me just remove those, and then I'll just look and see what bricks we have. Every time I say bricks, I'm just immediately thinking of the queen herself, Luscious Massacre. But let me find just a good brick. I like this one a lot. I've been seeing it, and I'm just like, oof, it is just so pretty. I'm just trying to think, does that look good? It does look really good, because there's like siding, brick. And then there is going to be another house here as well. I've got this like starter here. I do want to renovate it and maybe make it into something different, or just build a different house entirely. I don't really know. Okay, so we'll do the brick for the whole house, but then maybe this tiny little section here can be like a siding. Maybe we can just do like a white siding, and it can just be like, oh, they did a little add-on here. I think I'll have to like do this. Yeah, so you can see it looks like a little add-on that they did, and they only could do siding because obviously they couldn't just get more brick. Do I want to continue with using these columns? I do think that looks really nice. I didn't use that for all of the houses on this neighborhood, but I did for most of them. So I feel like I might as well. It does look really good with the brick too. It's a nice bit of contrast, brightens it up a little bit too, a lot of the times when I'm talking about this stuff during my builds, I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, am I making sense to y'all? I really hope I do, because I'd hate to sound like a nonsense person, So, hey, at least I ain't one of them rage baiters, okay? That's a weird word to say, but the people that rage bait. But yeah, those people, let me tell you, the way that they get on the internet just to be loud and get attention for money and views, I'm just like, y'all, get a hobby. There's so much other things you can do to make money if you need to make money that bad. Like, y'all, ooh, what do we do? A green roof. Do we like that? That's a nice little bit of change. And I haven't used a lot of green in this whole build here. I've got some green on this house, but let me tell you, it's looking kind of good. I like that. And then let's see, should we use this foundation? There is a foundation with the green. That does look very nice. It doesn't match like perfectly, but I don't really need it to. And then we'll use the matching green flooring. If you're ever interested, this brick foundation with the different color of trims here, the lumber fashion hardwoods, whatever. This one here, it's the second wood floor from the base game. It matches them perfectly. Like the colors are almost exact. Like it's really, really handy if you want that seamlessness, So I'm going to just add that onto these. As for the columns, I'm trying to not use the same columns constantly, but I really just want to use those ones from Get Together. Like that just looks so good. Like it doesn't match the house, but it matches the foundation really nicely. There is also another one that I just saw. It's this one from Seasons. I could also go with that style. Think about it. I could grab this because, let's see, is that the matching one? That's also kind of nice. I really do like that. There is some other colors too. Ooh, see, that's a fun color because, I don't know, it matches the house next door, but I kind of am into the color. Ooh, yes. And then, let's see, there is like the matching kind of swatch here, I think. Is that it? Am I sure? I'm pretty sure that's it. Yeah, that's it. Do I like that? I mean, I really just like the white. The white is nice. Maybe we'll just go with the white, because it matches the corner columns really nicely. You know what? That's pretty cute. I do like that a lot. I haven't used those Seasons columns in such a long time, and they're beautiful. Maybe this house is a little bit more woodland vibes. You know what I mean? Like, I can't really explain it any other way, but maybe they like more like, maybe they are, ooh, what if they're relatives of the family that lives here? I did make a family, by the way, for that house. And I did it by myself, of course, some time ago. I think it was yesterday or the day before. But they're very cute. They are the Wiles family. It's 2 lesbian moms, and there are many children. And they're very into like camping and fishing and all sorts of fun stuff like that. One of the moms is like the one. She's not employed right now, but the plan is to buy her her own vet clinic because she loves animals, and that's like her passion. And I think that might be a build I do on the channel here soon. If y'all want to let me know if that's what you want to see. I would love to build a vet clinic, like a small town vet clinic, kind of giving the vibes of Ted's vet clinic in Schitt's Creek. I loved that vibe. And plus he lives above it. It's so cute. Oh, Ted, let me tell you, I watched Schitt's Creek, and I guess I don't want to spoil too much about it, but can I just say, I obviously was rooting for David and Patrick. Clearly, like they are like my rock, one of my favorite like queer male relationships portrayed on TV by far, like them and Heartstopper, of course. But I just, oh my goodness, there's something so special about David and Patrick. But I did not expect to find myself rooting so hardcore for Ted and Alexis. I did not expect it because me, I'm like straight couples, whatever. I mean, I'm not like that, poopy about it. I'm like, sure, do whatever. But I'm just like, oh, but the David, Ted and Alexis. I think it's because I think Ted is absolutely adorable. Like even in the beginning when he was kind of a little nerdy and a little whipped, he was so cute. Like I was like, Alexis, girl, you are like going after the wrong man. And she knew it. She knew it because she ruined it with him at the beginning and he came back. And then don't get me wrong, he looks fantastic when he came back. But like, I was like, you didn't have to do that. You shouldn't have, like, maybe he did it for himself, you know, but he didn't have to get all hot. I mean, maybe he did. I mean, I ain't complaining because, you know, he's, you know, that's a fine man right there. But, you know, just saying, he was fine, you know, before, you know, when he was just like kind of a little nerd. But, you know, tomato, to each their own. But, I want to watch Schitt's Creek again, but I know it's going to make me sad. R.I.P. Catherine O'Hara. What an absolute freaking legend of a person she was. I hate saying was, but you know what? She is still alive in my heart and everyone's hearts because she is so incredible. I don't know how tall I want to make this. I feel like maybe to here. I just hate that it's here and not here. But like if I put it here, that's like dead in the middle of these two rooms. And that just won't look right, you know, unless I make this room really small and then put something here, but then it just won't make sense. So I'm going to just do this here. It's fine. I don't really care too much, but yeah, I loved Schitt's Creek. I think that might be what I watch whenever I'm finished with this little build sesh here. I need like a nice comfort show. Oh God. Okay. My game looked like it froze. It didn't, but I'm saving again. Y'all, I've had so many issues like with crashing and all that stuff. And I'm just like, I'm over it. So I'm just making sure I am giving myself the saves when I can. Yeah. Is there any shows that y'all recommend when it comes to, you know, good representation and vibes and everything? I really do like Schitt's Creek a lot. It really is one of those shows that like just captures that small town life really, really, really well. Like scarily well. Like, oh, that's so cute. I love these seasons windows, y'all. I haven't used them in what feels like forever, and I'm so happy that I'm using them in this build. I think the brick, you know, the rich kind of reddish brown brick with this white window, it's looking so pretty. This will be where the kitchen is. I'm just gonna do like that and maybe like a couple here, and then I'll do like, that ain't gonna look good. No, it needs to be this window, I think, right here. And then we'll use these like on the first floor here. And then we have this kind of extended room, which I need to fix the siding here. And I think I'm just gonna do like this here, but then on the back, we'll have it be like a big window like that. And it looks like I'm going to try to put a door here instead of in the kitchen. So I'll just use this one right here. That one works. You know, it's a little tight here, but I don't mind it. Maybe this house was fixed up recently. You know, I wish there was an archway that matched, which, you know, I could just make my own custom archway because we do have a spandrel with seasons. And then we can maybe even combine that with the get to work column. Actually, that works pretty nicely. Oh, it looks kind of weird here, because this column is on the end of a room, like a corner here. It's fine. I'm going to overlook it. What? That was weird. Excuse me. Why can't I find... excuse me. Hello? My columns are disappearing. I'm kind of confused by that. Okay. I think whatever was happening has stopped. Okay. I think it was my buttons on my mouse doing their things again. But yeah, that looks very nice. Do I want to make it this way instead? Yeah. I think I'm going to do that instead, just because I like it being kind of symmetrical there. And then I guess I'll go ahead and place the doors for the inside too. I'm going to use these seasons doors. These are looking so pretty. And then, do I want to put an archway here? We don't really have an archway with seasons. I wish there was now, but this will work. Yeah, that looks pretty cute. It is kind of weird there being like so many openings, but it'll make sense in the future. You know, we can have the kitchen kind of like an L shape right here, maybe a little island, and then this will be where the dining space, it's lots of room. So you can even turn this into a family room if you want. And then window placements for upstairs. Need to go into seasons and let's see. We'll do maybe just like a couple windows on either side. We're going to do the smaller windows, and then we're just going to do maybe like that. It needs to be lined up with those. Okay, yeah. I've got them in the right spot. How does that look on the side? You know what? It looks okay. I don't love that placement, but I'll fix that maybe. And all the rooms have windows. I'll put a couple in here too, like that. That looks pretty nice. There isn't really much light here, but that's fine. It's a hallway. And then we'll go in with some nice clean white doors. Love to see it. And then that's it for the windows and doors. I will go ahead and let's just pick out the lighting. We'll get that taken care of just because we want to be able to see. So let's see, what kind of lights should we use? I mean, this is kind of a nice bright light. I think, you know what? There's something I want to try. If we go into decor and then we do these ceiling decorations, then I can open up and find, where is it? This? I mean, that don't look right. That don't look right at all. But I would love to kind of make my own little light here with the what do you call it? Shoot, my brain is blanking out, y'all. It's a ceiling fan. One of my very lovely subscribers that I see all the time, recommended I do this. And I wonder if I shrink this down a little bit and the light too. I mean, it kind of looks like one of those fans, you know? Wonder if we have another fan that could look better. No, that's too low. I don't want one that looks like grungy. I want it to still look like a pretty nice looking fan. I mean, there's that, but see, yeah, none of them really look as good as that. I mean, technically it is clipping in and technically it wouldn't be functioning, but you know, it looks really nice actually. I'm going to do that in there. You know, lighting is very important. Okay. It does. Ooh, wait a minute. Hold the phone. I didn't realize that there were longer versions. Oh, well, that changes everything because then I can just shrink. Oh, well, that ain't going to work. Oh, dear. I thought maybe I could make it look a little bit lower. I mean, I could just theoretically, we're spending way too much time on this. Let's elevate it by -0.2. Okay, that was too much. Let's do -0.1 and then we can see, oh wait, but that kind of looks so good. It looks like, you know, a ceiling fan with a light in it. What happens if I make it the normal size? Okay, I'll have to redo it again here. Let me move this over. Elevate -0.1 again. What do we think? Oh, that's perfect. Shout out to whoever. I know who it is. Like I can see your profile picture in my head, but I don't remember your name because I'm silly like that. But yeah, shout out to you. You know who you are. And then maybe I can just use these lights throughout the house. They're very, very cute. They're a little old-fashioned looking, but you know, maybe they like that. I don't know. I don't think that would really work. It only really works with that room. So maybe I will just go with, I know. I don't want to hear it. I need to use something different. I get it. I do. But I don't want to. I'm not gonna. So I'm just going to use the boob light. Of course, I'm going to use that boob light. I mean, it just looks realistic. And I'm the most indecisive person. I could go through every single one of these lights and not be happy with any of them. This is going to look fine. Okay. And we do need some sconces in here. Do I want to use maybe this sconce again? It does kind of work, but I don't know, y'all. I am struggling today. Ooh, I like these little, I forget, I don't remember what set. It's like a mission set or something like that. Do we like that? I kind of do. Is there a ceiling light that kind of goes with that more? I don't think so. Ooh, there is one that came with Eco Lifestyle. Ooh, well, you know what? Maybe we will redo the lighting in some of the rooms, but this would look really cute in here. I quite like that. We don't want to use that in every single room. You know what? I can see this family being a little bit more, I don't know, fun and creative with the lights. Or maybe whoever built this house just enjoyed lighting. You know, they went out of their way to do some fun different lightings. So let's do that. We'll get something nice for this dining room. Like, oh, the little jars from Parenthood are absolutely darling. Like that looks really, really cute, doesn't it? Then maybe we'll leave the boobs in the rest of the house. And then what I'll really do, actually, because I've been wanting to do this for the whole lot, I want to make everything the warm white because I don't like cool tone lighting. It's just no. And then let's pick out the flooring. That's always a good place to start. Do I want to use maybe like this really pretty flooring from Cottage Living? That's very pretty. There's also this from the base game, which is very similar. Honestly, I kind of think I want to use that more. I think I'll do it maybe to like there, and then this will be tile. This can be more of that flooring. We'll do that there. I'm thinking, what kind of tile would be in a house like this? Let's do maybe a dark blue. Ooh, I like the dark blue. I don't think I'm going to use it for the kitchen, though. It's not bad. Like, I don't hate that, to be honest with you, but I don't want it to match the bathrooms. I really want them to have their own kind of color. That's also very pretty. I love this flooring. We could go with that. It's got like red and green and blue in it, and it just kind of, I don't know. It's got a nice like depth. That's the word I'm looking for. Replace the stairs here. I need to put in some railing really quick. We'll use the same railing from Seasons. We'll do the right, and then we'll fix the, I guess, the length of it here so it doesn't look all, wonky. And then upstairs, we'll be using the same antique wood strip. And I think we're going to put it in the bedrooms too. And then this bathroom upstairs, I don't know, maybe we can use something a little different. I do like the idea of keeping it blue, but maybe something like that, like a little bit more of an older fashioned looking, like checkered tile. Should we do that in here too? No, I'm really liking this dark blue. There's something about that looks really good with the dark wood. It really contrasts very nicely. We'll put a little railing bit there, and then we shall move on to wallpapers. Put this door here. And then let's see, for the living room, I think I want to actually grab this craftsman's stone wall, and we'll bring it inside so that it's on that chimney. So it kind of looks like it's part of the fireplace, which, by the way, which fireplace should I go with? I kind of want to maybe just put this and just make it, like I've built like a, what is it called? A walled off one. Is that what I'm trying to say? Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like it would look more interesting if I did that, because like, I don't know. I could even put some wood here and make it more decorative. I don't know. We'll think about that. I'll grab some wallpaper for this house. I kind of want to use like this one. I like that there's a bit of that stone kind of texture at the bottom. I don't know if that's technically supposed to be used in a house like in this style, but I don't know, with all the white, I don't know if it really works. Like, not really, no, unfortunately. That's not really the vibe. Maybe I can use this. I feel like that would look quite nice. Maybe not like that color, maybe like a white. The green is quite nice. I mean, of course it's going to look nice. I think green is always going to look nice. Oh, I do like it. I do like that a lot. I'm not sure if I love it though. I'm kind of having a hard time. I feel like maybe we should do white trim. I think that's what we need to do. Maybe we can just use these then. Oh, that looks quite nice. This is definitely a house that it looks a little older, but it's definitely been renovated. I kind of like this greenish color. Do we want to use blue? I think blue should be more of the color scheme in this house. Even though like the last house had a lot of blue, didn't it? Not really though. The exterior was blue, but the interior wasn't like that blue. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be the same color every room. So yeah, unless I want to go with like darker colors. Oh, wait a minute. This dark like plum color. Oh, she's beautiful. Wait a minute. Did I just discover a trick? You can hold down Alt and click to do multiple walls. Are you kidding me? I did not even know that. I need y'all to stop me because my partner brought this up, and ever since he brought it up, I can't stop like giggling at myself. But he was like, "Can you stop with the Southern accent, that? Because the more you do it, the more you start sounding like Amanda from Smosh when she goes into that accent." And I'm like, "Oh no, you're so right. You're so right about that." Like, I don't know what it is about her like Southern mom like voice that she puts on for that character. It's so funny to me. It is so hilarious. Lena, let's do brown. Let's do brown for this space, because it's gonna have to go like the color of these walls is gonna have to be like for like the kitchen as well. And I think that would look really, really pretty. I've never done like a brown wall in the kitchen, but like a nice spice brown. I feel like we do need to change the flooring though, because this one doesn't really go with that anymore. A terracotta. Oh, babes. That's just so beautiful. That's also Amanda right there too, isn't it? I bet you it is. See, that looks really cute. I like that there's some purple, there's some orange. It's a little fall themed, honestly. And with this room, should we do a really fun wallpaper? I I feel like that would be a really nice idea. I wish we could like change the wallpaper and the trim separate. That would be so fun, but alas, we are not in Paralives today. That's pretty, I don't know. We could do something maybe like this, but I feel like I need to go with just the really simple, because this is the thing. When I use these like walls with the trim and the basic paint, I have to use them throughout the whole house or it just doesn't look right, you know? Let's see. What do we want to do for the dining room? I don't want anything too intense. Dark blue would be kind of pretty, actually. I don't know. I'm kind of liking it, actually. That bit of blue is kind of cute. It kind of complements the orange. Yeah. Oh, there's no windows in these bathrooms. That's a daggone shame. I got to fix that. Let me find the windows here. And then we'll just do like ploop and I guess ploop. Yeah, sure. That works. Looks good on the outside. And, you know, there needs to be a light here. I feel like that's a weird spot to not have a light because it's very dark. Oh, that looks so much better. All right. Let me see here. Okay. So the wallpapers for this room here. Oh, I turned move objects off by accident. So what kind of wallpapers? I definitely want a white trim, but I also like the idea of like there being some tile in here too. But I also, I want these rooms to have that same kind of like, you can kind of tell like they're really deep saturated colors, like this basic darks. So I guess I just got to keep using that for this house. Ooh, should we do a red laundry room? That's kind of cute. And then maybe the bathroom can also be blue. I don't know. It's kind of cute. It's not really looking good. I don't like that. I want it to be a different color. Or maybe we'll just go red. I mean, the red and orange is kind of a fun color combo. I haven't really done that much. And then if we go upstairs, I definitely want this bathroom to be blue. Blue with the blue. That's perfect, actually. And then I'll just copy this here. And then these bedrooms, I'm just going to pick some random colors. Like we'll do a green bedroom. I think we'll do, I don't know, this kind of dusty color. This is like a little lighter than the one downstairs, but it looks really nice. There's also this set here too that we can choose from. I mean, we could do like a gray room. Ooh, no, I will not do a gray room like willingly. Like never will you expect I would rather do beige than gray. Maybe we can do like a light dusty lavender. I mean, that's kind of grayish, but it's kind of like a nice purple. I think that looks very nice, actually. Yeah, this house definitely gives like, maybe this is like a couple that are really all about like improving their house. So like it's very like renovated and they've done it themselves and they actually know what they're doing, you know? Okay, so let me go ahead. I'm doing this in a weird order because I haven't even touched the exterior yet, but I'm going to go ahead and place down the fixtures, I think, like the appliances, the cabinets, stuff like that. So do we want to go rustic or do we want to go just go straight up like really, really simple? Like this would be very pretty. Oh yeah, because that white like countertop complements the white trim and the white windows, but then the wood also looks very nice. Oh, ooh, it just looks so pretty in here. If my game, I did want to mention this really quickly before I forgot today. If my game does look a little nicer, a little different, first of all, I reinstalled Sunblind, so it fixed itself. I think I didn't have it for a few videos there, but I will show you really quickly. So my NVIDIA setting here, this is NVIDIA's GeForce experience. This is just something that's with my computer. My face is literally covering it, so hold on a second here. But right here you can see I have game filters turned on, and this has a lot of different settings here that you can do. I have a preset here, and you just add so many settings here. It's really freaking nice. It's like kind of having built-in reshade without having to actually like, you know, have reshade, which I get really overwhelmed with reshade. I like it, but I don't know. I just think it's a little too complicated for me. And, you know, I get you can just download like a simple little like preset and it's like, boom, done. I'm not a big fan. I think it's just too much because I tend to always have issues. So yeah. And also I think it just doesn't really do well with my computer and its performance. Okay, that looks really, really pretty. I love this kitchen now. Can we fit, An island. I don't know. Maybe we can do like a little itty bitty baby one. Oh, see, that's so cute. I think that works really well. That's nice. And it can be like a little area where you can serve. And then there's enough room for like a little table just like right here. I don't have this window placed very well. We need to put it there or maybe here. Yeah. Okay. And then the bathrooms and the laundry rooms here. So let's go ahead. We'll do like kind of a nice modern looking toilet, something that looks really like fancy and updated, And same with these sinks. I want something that is a little bit more, I guess, modern-ish. Maybe not modern, but like something like this one or the one from Seasons. That's actually literally perfect. I think it's very cute too. Let's see. Do I have a good swatch here I can use? That's kind of cute. I don't know if I like the way it looks with that though, because this has like the white on it, but the wood base is like not my favorite. That one's kind of nice. I think I'm going to go with that one. And then for the mirror, I'm thinking maybe something like this one or that looks pretty good. Is there a mirror that came with Seasons? There is, but it's this real big one right here. So I don't know. I think, wait, this one came with Adventure Awaits. I think this is the right vibe. Sure. We'll do the black. I don't know. I am not really sure if the style is like kind of working, but I don't know. I kind of like it at the same time. I'm going to go with it. And then it's really just a 1.5 bath house. So yeah, they don't really have a lot down here, but that's fine. I don't think they really mind. Maybe they only have like one kid, and then another room is like a storage room or something, or an office. We'll do the stackable washer dryer. I think I'll use the black too, just because I think that looks kind of nice with the red and the orange. And then we'll do another little like cabinet here. Wait, hold the phone. What if this is the sink for this bathroom, right? So we can put a shower down here. That would be really fun. Let's see. Do I want to use this one from Horse Ranch? I like the idea of doing something a little bit craftsman-y, but then I feel like I need to change the wallpaper in here. It's just not really speaking to my vibe right now. Isn't there something that came with the fitness stuff pack? I feel like that would also look pretty good in this house. Ooh, there is. We got this like warmish, no, that don't look right at all. Maybe I'm just trying too hard. Maybe I just need to go simple. Simple is sometimes best, Ooh, that looks quite nice. I kind of do like that. The brown kind of goes with the gold and the red and like, yeah, there we go. And then this can be where maybe the washer dryer can be brown. I feel like that looks better. And then we can just use the same counter as the kitchen there. And then we can go in with a nice little sink here. And this can be like where you can wash your hands after using, the toilet, but also maybe they, come in here and they can hand wash stuff too. There's some variety, that way there's like a full technical bathroom downstairs. I'm not sure if I like it, but we'll move upstairs. See, this bathroom looks like it's going to be way more like potentially better. So I just want to use that one because of the blue and white stripes. I think that's really, really fun. And then we'll use this toilet again. And then let's do a nice vanity sink. Do we want to use the black and the white one? Yeah, it kind of stands out from the rest of the house, but I don't know. I think that's kind of nice. Your bathroom, in my opinion, I think the bathroom should be kind of its own style, And that's the thing. I need to remember, you don't have to have all the rooms match and be perfect. Like, they can all be their own moments, and that's okay too. So we got that fixed, and yeah, let's move on to the exterior portion. How is it looking? Let's save the game. If you're playing along with me, let's save, and let's stretch our arms, and hope that it actually saves. Thank you. We'll stretch a little bit. So I think I actually do want to keep using this here specifically for the front section too. So let me go back to these live edit objects here. I don't know where these are. Oh, there it is. And I'm going to use this one here. I'll just use move objects to do it there. It's doing that same thing again. Well, y'all, I know we liked this before, but I think I'm just going to have to do this. It will work actually almost perfectly. Oh, it's like so close. It's like so close to being like lined up, because it needs to be right here. And then I can use this to kind of cover that little intersection. And it's just barely going to work. Thank goodness, because I really wanted to use that here. They have a nice little narrow entry in this little house here, but I kind of like that. That makes it really cute. I do need to go in and we'll go ahead and fix this again. Just kind of make sure it's a bit more like lined up like that. That's much better anyways. Yeah, let me also take my little brush here and we'll just kind of erase it away. Just a tiny little bit there. We'll grab this little fence post. It's not a fence post, but it's a post. We'll put it right there. There we go. Okay, that does look a lot better now. And we'll then put these on the ends here. Hopefully this works out for me. If not, I'm gonna be a little sad. See, I don't think it's gonna work out, because then it's there, but then it's like this, and then it's like clipping, and then it don't look good, and it's just like, I mean, well, we can cover it. It's only clipping on top, right? So like, hear me out. What if we find something that can kind of go on top here, like some ivy or a shrub or something like this, or we can literally just use a hedge, something like this, and we can just like put it like right up against it. It's a feature, but it's also covering something, it's kind of working. I kind of like it. We got to get creative sometimes, y'all. So we'll put that there, and then we'll put this back here. Oh, I just love this like wall item from the base game. This is live edit. So if y'all don't know, there are objects in the game that are not normally accessible without cheats. You type in your, cheat command, and then you'll type in bb.show hidden objects true and bb.show live edit objects true. And then that will give you like a ton of objects if you like search up debug. However, the way that I access these so easily is through the Better Build by mod by Twisted Mexi. Highly, highly, highly recommend you download those mods if you're on PC, because ultimately it just makes it so much easier to build with. Ooh, that's looking good. And then, and believe me, like I do a lot of building in this game, so I can't like actually do it without Twisted Mexi's mods in my game. Like legitimately, like I won't. Like if I have to, I will, obviously. But it's not an option. It's not like my favorite thing to do, And then we'll do maybe like this here. Oh, it's gonna work. Oh, it's gonna work. Maybe it's not. Actually, we'll just make it a little gap. That way they can kind of sneak around, Actually, wouldn't it be kind of fun? Maybe that's like something they're still working on. Like maybe they just put this here and like they haven't fixed that. Maybe there's like a broken bit of the fence there. Let's see. Let me type in wood here, and then we'll also go to debug, I believe. And we'll see if there's anything, because the Better Build by mod also like puts the items in the catalog properly instead of having to like search it. We can just maybe put like these here, and they're like going to be fixing that. Yeah, that's a good idea. I don't know if they'll have a shed. I mean, both houses here have sheds. Why wouldn't they have a shed here? And I feel like right here is like the best place for one. So we'll do something like maybe like this size, and then we'll do a roof here. Should we do like this kind, or should we do like this kind? I think this kind would be more fun. I just tend to see this size or this kind a lot more. We'll lift this up a little tiny bit here. Oh yeah, it looks so good. That like, I don't know, it just kind of fits there really nicely. And then let's do like a blue siding. Do we have like a dark like navy blue? There's this. Oh, that's cute. Oh, that looks so much like one that you'd see at Lowe's. Oh my God, I said that in such a southern way. It's funny because like being from Southern Appalachia, obviously like we have a lot of southern accent, kind of inflections, of course, like duh. But at the same time, we have our own, sound here. It's very much so like its own thing. The lines are a little blurred, of course, but it's mostly the same thing. And it's funny because my grandmother, shout out to my grandma, my mama, I don't like grandma. It sounds wrong. It's memo. Just like my cousins. I'm shouting out to my cousins right now. I don't know why the heck y'all call her granny. Okay. She ain't granny. It's memo. Okay. My cousins aren't watching, but But What was I saying? Oh, but yeah, where we have like our southern accent here, it's just funny because sometimes I'll say something, I'm like, wow, that's so southern of me. Anyways, let me fix these columns back. I think they reset themselves when I place anything down. That's really cute. And maybe we can use this snowy escape window instead of this seasons one, just so that it does look like they bought this. Maybe it was like prefab, or maybe they just got it like delivered. I know you can do that. How does that look? That looks so cute. I am obsessed with that. And then I don't really know what I want to do for their backyard. Like, I low key want to make it look like they're still like, maybe the outside is like almost done. Maybe they haven't landscaped back here. That would be really fun. That would be fun. So maybe we'll go in with just some of that dirt, like the do or die. It's not really dirt. It's more like dying grass. And, they're just going to have like a path here. That is way too intense. I want something that is very like light, like this. Yeah. And so like they've definitely like walked through here like so much because maybe they're working on the house. Maybe they're just now getting the renovations on the house finished and they need to do the exterior. So like maybe there's some grass, maybe it's a little overgrown. Maybe they plan on redoing the brick. I don't know if that's a thing. Maybe they just plan on maybe like painting the brick, which God forbid they do that. Oh God, what if they're those kind of people? Oh, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but sometimes people do stuff with their houses, and I'm like, that was a choice. You had a beautiful brick home, and then you painted it white. Like, I don't know, where's the character? Where's the charm? I mean, I get to a degree sometimes, maybe they have to paint it because maybe it's just really crumbly and ugly, but at the same time, there's ways to restore it. Maybe that's more expensive. So maybe I'm just speaking nonsense. I'm not in a position where I have the money or the means to be, renovating a house. So I guess I don't really know what it's like. Maybe it is really, really expensive. Can this work? I really would like there to be like a nice little path. Oh, I love it. I love it. That's so cute. Ooh, I want to suddenly add some tiny little windows from Seasons, like in these little nooks here in the roof. What would you call these windows? Is there like a special name for them? I don't really know. But that looks so stinking cute. And yeah, let's just go in with some landscaping now and we can finish up the build here. I think I am going to use some of these beautiful shrubs. They're just so pretty. I love this one right here. It's just so gorge. I'm trying to think of what other things I could put in the front of this house. I don't want to do hydrangea and lavender. I don't want to do like these flower bushes. I kind of want them to be a little bit more on the wild side, maybe this house is just kind of wild still. They haven't exactly gotten the chance to go in and do much landscaping. Maybe once I go to furnish the house like properly, maybe then they'll be like, okay, we're gonna, add some landscaping. So I'll do maybe some hedges along the wall there. That actually makes it look really, really pretty. I kind of want to do that over here too, but like these, maybe it's just a little bit messier. Maybe this house originally had this like hedgerow here to separate it, but then they put a wall up. Yeah. And I really want to like put this like here instead. Oh, that's not right. Oh, if only we had like I know there's decor, like rakes and stuff like that, but it would be really nice if there were like, I don't know, some more varieties of like yard tools and stuff. Oh, the tree there looks really cute. It's gonna ruin my thumbnail if I put it there. So I think I have to put it here, and then maybe this can go on this side. Oh, that's actually a lot nicer because we can actually see it. We'll put maybe like a couple on either side and maybe like one here and one here. See, that looks really cute from the street. Oh, that's gorge. I gotta stop with the gorge. Okay, make me stop, y'all. Maybe we'll use these. Oh, these are pretty. These are beautiful purple bushes. Like, I love the flowers on those. Oh my gosh, those are from Outdoor Retreat too. Although these are from Vampires, but I know there's one that came with Outdoor Retreat as well. And I don't think I'm really gonna put anything in this little area other than just some of that grass. Ooh, I just heard some more fireworks go off. Y'all, it's that time of year. And people don't wait until July 4th. They do it all daggone week. It's going to be for a whole week before and a whole week after. And you know what, y'all? I'm daggone sick of it. Just saying it. Just saying. I know people can have their fun, and I don't want to begrudge people that. It's an excuse to have fun, and it's for kids to enjoy themselves and see some pretty things. I've never been a fan of them. Fireworks. Not children. Children are fine, I guess. But fireworks, oh my God, it's just, the noise is just so much. I guess it's because I do already have like the issues of getting like severely overstimulated with a lot of noise, specifically noise, light too, but mostly noise. And so, yeah, I don't enjoy it. Okay, what are we thinking so far? I really like the landscaping. It's like enough to kind of get you started, but you can move a sim or a family in and they can be like, oh, we got to go cut this grass and get rid of some of this landscaping. I wish that was some gameplay you could do, but I love it. Okay, so what do we think so far? Don't look at the glitchy roof, but what do we think of the way this looks so far? I think this tree in the middle is too big. I think we need something more like a taller bush here. That would look much nicer, I think. Oh, what if we add something like this on like the edge here? See, that looks really, really pretty. It looks like there's some stuff kind of growing out of the wall there. Anyways, I'm getting distracted. I need like a smaller tree or a shrub or something here. I don't really know what I want. Oh, these are pretty. Oh, this is pretty. I'm really unsure, y'all, because like if I do a really big bush, it might look okay actually. Like, yeah, that does look kind of nice there. We can just put that there in the corner. Yeah, I would prefer that because I just feel like having a tree here, it was just covering it up, and now I can actually see the houses. Oh, I love it. Like, they all have their own character, but they still kind of do go together. I'm actually so in love with how my save file is looking right now. Do let me know in the comments what you think. Is there anything I should add? Anything I should change? Let me go ahead and I'll give you a quick overview of these 3 homes that we built today. So for the first home that I built, it's this cute little house that I intend on being for a divorced dad. I am obsessed with it. I love the blue and the brown. I like this brown brick combined with like the blue trim. I don't know. I think it's really fun and colorful. We've got like 3 full bedrooms up here, 2 bathrooms, and then we have a kitchen, dining, another bathroom, and like a laundry room. We've got another room here, and then we've got this room. So like, this is kind of my favorite house, I think, because there's so much room for the size. And then next door, we kind of have this really, really sweet, simple, but a little rustic house. We have, an open plan kitchen and dining space. This is giving more rustic charm. It's definitely for some grandparents, I think. We've got their living room. We've got, a nice bathroom here. I think I'm retroactively going to add in a tub. I'm just going to put it a tub like that, just so that they have something for if they have pets or something. Oh, well, I put this here. Well, let's get rid of that then. That just makes more sense. But we have a big laundry room there, which you could probably do more in there if you want. And then there's 3 bedrooms upstairs and then just 1 little bathroom here. Oh, and then both of these houses have little backyards with little sheds, basically the same. Love the way it looks though. I don't know. There's something about building these kind of move-in ready homes that really like make me more excited to build. Like, I'm like, ooh, it is a nice kind of start. And then I can be like, oh, if I just feel like making a family, I can be like, okay, I'm going to make a family. And then be like, boom, oh my gosh, I have a house I can move them into and just start furnishing to personalize it, Anyways, and then we have this last house here. This is really, really cute. It's a bit more craftsman-y, a bit more modernized. Maybe they've renovated this one a bit more. We've got lots of rich colors on the walls, which they're very pretty. I love this purple. This is so pretty. Nice little living room. We have a kitchen moment here, which the tiling might change in the future, but we have the dining space here that looks like they extended it. Maybe this was like a small like back laundry and they decided to put that over here and then make this a dining room. And then upstairs, we've got 3 smaller bedrooms. Not too big, honestly, just enough space for just like, a bed, and then we have a small bathroom, which I don't know if I like the bathroom color. I might change that. I don't know. But yeah, they also have a backyard too that is empty. There's not anything going on back here like at all. I just thought it would be kind of nice to kind of leave it a clean slate. Maybe there is, plans for this, but they also have a little shed out here, which, ooh, I didn't actually put any wallpaper or anything in here. I almost forgot to do that. I think I'll just do something like this in here. Yeah, that makes more sense. I gotta fix the columns again. It did that thing again, but that's fine. I can fix that real quick. Ooh, I almost forgot for this house back here. I wanted to add the garbage bins. Wow, I love how I forget things and then I redo them. We'll just put this back here, and then I also need to give this family one. Probably I'll just put it where the thing is there. And then did I give this family one too? I did. Look at me. I did it. Anyways, I'll go ahead and give you like a little overview of the floor plans here. As you can see, I love how they all kind of do look very different, but it just like feels like a nice little set. Yeah, I'm really, really happy with this little build. I'm going to have to go and fix these because these just, that looks so bad. But anyways, hopefully they fix that soon. But anyways, yeah, I really hope y'all enjoyed today's video. Please let me know in the comments down below what you think of it. And I will have a version of this on the gallery under my username, Lucca Owens, if you want to check it out. This will be uploaded. I think I'll just upload it as a regular lot, and then you can move your Sims in and you can do like the for rent thing yourself if you want. I might hold off on it. I don't know. I may upload a version that's also for rent version friendly as well. I don't know. I'm going to think about it. But just look under the username Lucca Owens. But yeah, that's really it for today. A big thank you to my YouTube members, the Lavender Buds. Thank you all so much for your support during these rather particular times with YouTube where it's summertime and the views are down and just a lot. It's really, really nice to know that I do have some support that way too. So yeah, you all are really helping me out here. If y'all want to become a YouTube member, you'll get early access to my videos, and then you'll get access to my members only videos as well. I think I may start doing some members only speed builds because speed builds don't perform very well on my channel, unfortunately, but I enjoy doing them. And I think that might be something that would be good for members only access. So let me know what you all think, you all being the members, but regardless of who you are, thank you so much for getting to the part of this video, this part here. I really, really appreciate any feedback, any comments y'all get, any of your views, your likes, your subscriptions, everything. Like no matter what, if you're here at all, thank you. But anyways, it is late. I need to go to bed. But thank you all so very much for watching. Don't forget to plant lavender for luck. Bye, y'all.